We've got 3 more minutes. I'm going to
It
need
should
5
now be
more
live.
after that.
Hopefully people exist.
5 more
It
minutes
says we're live.
after that?
Yeah.
Those are both live?
So we'll try to start around 7:35.
It says we're live on all 3, streaming successfully to X and sending data to Facebook and YouTube. So hopefully
now's
that's
your
correct.
chance to shine. We need someone to stall.
How do people
Oh, you got it. I'm ready to go, friend.
just exist with glasses?
All right,
my
so how's
goodness.
everybody doing
I'm
this evening?
serious.
Dustin has his Elgato software running.
76 degrees and the Florida
Shut up,
Keys.
Steven.
And
I need to
Beautiful weather.
call Phil for
No one likes
support.
you. No one likes you, Steven.
Look,
Phil,
I left
what's it
El
like to be
Paso
blind
come
all the time?
Kentucky and everything
Phil,
covered
Phil,
in
Phil,
ice right
Phil and
now.
I have a similar problem.
see, this is what makes
Well, right,
me
but
most
his is
hated
worse,
man
right? Like, isn't he
in
much
the-
more blind?
in this room at the
Yeah,
moment.
Phil, I think
Look, I
basically
left El
just without
Paso,
glasses,
we're at
just sees
70s
streaks
all week.
and has to wear special
Great
bedtime
evenings, spend it
glasses.
outside with my dog and my cats.
I've
I
gone
love
this
My
it.
long.
understanding is that Phil
Now
is
I'm over here with
basically
ice,
Velma from
just stuck in a
Scooby-Doo.
hotel
I've
room.
gone this long convincing myself that I don't need glasses. Funnily enough, when I was a
Absolutely,
kid,
am
I
in
told my parents that I
Lexington
needed
for a
glasses because, like, as a
religious
kid, I
conference
thought
called
glasses were
RCMA.
cool because kids are weird and think weird
And I
things.
am with our big
And
corporate
they
people,
never
so
took
I
me
gotta
to
do
the eye
extra good
doctor.
while I'm here
I
to
took my
make sure
sister to
they're
the eye
happy too.
doctor because my sister had terrible vision. People who are watching this right now are like, Amanda, I thought you wore
In
glasses.
your business do you travel? I mean, I would
I
imagine
think-
Kim Flowers first.
My friend.
She does.
Probably at
just
least
gonna go with
twice
that.
a year.
Yes,
I
I
know
do.
August, the first 3 weeks,
But
constantly going to
and
be
then in
out
high school, I was in
all
a
over the
physiology
East
class,
Coast.
I'm actually ready
and
when you're ready.
we
What's your show?
gonna
Can you send me the
scoot further
agenda?
until we start. High school was in a physiology
it, and now
class,
it's
and there was like a
buried
self-astigmatism
in
test. I took it.
some email
I
thread
go
somewhere.
home like,
It
Mom,
is
Dad,
hearing from
I have left eye
presentations
astigmatism.
from the 3
They're
venues.
like, Amanda, you think you have
consortium
everything.
by the LNC.
We're not going to take you to
and
the
then
eye doctor.
Move to vote.
So I've gone
We
this
hope a
long.
vote to open for 48
without-
hours. Majority vote if no.
I've
gets
I
gone
haven't,
this long
ignored.
skirting
Move to a second
glasses.
ballot, dropping the
Jeez,
lowest
I haven't
vote
been to the
bidder.
eye doctor since
And are all representatives.
It's been a
from
decade, I guess.
I
it's
never
roughly
went to the eye
somewhere.
doctor as an
I have
adult
no idea.
because I missed the
Oh, is Mr.
memo
McGee here?
that people were supposed to go to the eye doctor as an adult, even
Who?
with fine eyes.
Mr. McKee.
And so now I've got these glasses that I was supposed to be wearing and trying to get used to all week, but because I'm literally 7,
There was a
by
question
literally
about
I
one
mean
of the, one
figuratively,
of the organizations,
I just
believe it was
put off
Frisco.
trying these on and wearing these, and now my eyes are really mad at me this
We'd lost
evening.
the window on
For those of
February.
you who have never worn glasses before,
So,
your eye don't like it. Like
I
it,
know
your eyes
representatives are
don't
here
have a
from
user
LPALive.
manual
Is
with
there
your
a
brain, or
representative
rather
here
your
from
brain doesn't have a
Richmond?
user manual for your
I see a
eyes.
703.
So as was explained to me
That's
by
Bill
the
Redpath.
optician there.
Oh, okay.
So it just
Sorry,
takes a
you're
long
right
time.
there.
Anytime you
Casey just popped off from
change
Richmond, and I'm
the
off from
input,
Richmond. Casey's taking the lead.
your eyes get a lot more tired.
Okay.
My brain is so angry
All
right
right.
now, I
And who
can't
are
even
our
tell you.
representatives from El Paso?
But in good news, better
Please,
news,
Myself.
everything is
Sorry.
incredibly sharp.
Jose Barajas. Okay.
Yeah.
And do we
Luckily,
have a representative
Amanda
here
is
from
clearly
Frisco?
into knife play, and so she really likes it when it's sharp.
If I do this, it's kind of
All
more
right,
helpful.
well,
but I feel like I'm not supposed to be
I
doing
guess
that.
we'll start in no particular order. I'll just we'll pick a venue to start in just a few minutes, but
Like I can see
I
that
think
book
we should have enough
on
LNC
my desk
members
says
here to
military
get
writings.
started, I would hope.
We do.
Okay, excellent.
Amanda's
All right,
so
well, it is
excited right now.
7:31 p.m.
What?
It is Tuesday.
Said you're so
February
excited right
10th,
now.
2026.
I'm very
My
confused.
name
I'm
is
having a lot of
Stephen Taylor,
conflicting
Chairman of the
emotions.
Libertarian National Committee, and I'll be calling this meeting to order. Mr. McMahon, whenever you'd like to start with roll call, please.
Mr. Bowler.
Evan McMahon.
Mr. Bowler. Mr. Bost. Mr. Bost. Mr. Chatterton. 1 second.
No, my watch is updating.
Mr. Chatterton. Vice Chair
No, it
Dodd.
could never happen when I was still using an automatic.
Present.
Never updated.
Mr. Dassing.
My eyes are so mad at me.
Mr. Bracco.
Actually, I think my eyes
Mr.
are not
Bracco.
mad. My brain's
Mr. Ford.
extremely upset.
Here.
That
Mr.
sounds
Weir.
like you.
Mr. Weir. Miss Hayes. Miss Hayes. Miss Robson.
Here.
Mimi
Mr. Neville.
representing.
He's joining. Mr. Neville.
Here, present.
Mr.
Here,
Lamb.
present, unaccounted for.
Sorry, was that Mr. Lamb?
Mr. Lamb is here.
Thank you.
I
Holy
don't
shit.
Mr. Martin.
live on
Mr.
on
Martin.
X like normal.
Mr. McGee.
Go
It
to
says
X
live on.
and see if
Mr.
our
Johnson.
stream's showing up.
Mr. Johnson. I am present. Was that somebody? Was that Mr. Johnson? Mr. Koffel.
Present.
I see
Mr.
LPALive
Hirsch.
is live.
But are you able to see the video, or do you have to click on the live thing to
Mr.
see the video?
Hirsch.
Like if you go to our page, do you see the video?
Treasurer Redpath.
I'm here.
Mr. Thompson.
It looks the same as it
I'm
always
here.
does for me. I don't know if that.
Ms. Cowart.
So
Ms. Cowart.
usually when I see it,
Mr. Vincent.
the live
I'm
the live
Mr.
stream is
Watkins.
right under the pin post. If we're live.
Mr. Watkins.
Gotcha. Mine is always I have to click the
Tourniquet.
live circle at the top.
Present.
It's weird.
Mr. Chair, we have
I'm
13
surprised how
voting
quiet
members
the
present.
chat's being.
All right.
We don't have that many people in the chat because we
Excellent.
didn't
Well, I'll be
advertise it.
moving to the adoption of the agenda.
We had a lot of
The
people on
chair
the
is
first.
now seeking a motion to adopt the agenda.
We have like nobody watching right now,
Don't move.
which is why I'm not
Is there-
afraid
All right, we
to
have a
talk
motion and a
about
second.
glasses
Any
that I've
discussion on the
definitely
agenda?
always had.
See,
Prescription.
joke.
Yes, Stephen.
lenses.
I just had a point of information. If we wanted to maybe entertain
Steven's laying down
the
this movie.
Orlando venue, like we talked about back in
I have my other
December,
glasses right here. I
would we
can
need
compare
to amend the
sizes.
agenda, or can we just maybe mention that and maybe
So
Okay,
now
I-
I'm
go over
going to
what
size.
we
Oh,
would
these are
need to
significantly
present
larger
that
glasses.
at a later date?
Wow,
Mr. Chair,
I'm glad.
Go ahead, Mr. Secretary.
on the agenda, the third item was to move to a vote
I'm gonna
within
take a
48
picture for you,
hours
Kyle, and send it
for
to
the
you.
site
This is the
selection.
size comparison, okay?
Okay.
So I believe if we were going to amend the agenda today to include
Okay.
Orlando, they would need to be present and present at this time.
The new
Okay.
ones are obviously the ones on the left.
Mr. Bost has
Where are you seeing this?
come into
I'm-
the room, by the way.
So I'm taking a
So we're
picture.
at
I'm
14
sending
voting
it to you.
members.
Gotcha.
Um,
All right.
So
All right.
It's
Yeah,
amazing
so
that I
I mean,
managed
today
to
we're going to
find
be making
glasses.
venue?
hearing from the presentees
larger.
and then moving on to
but
an
I really
email
don't want
ballot
to be in
on the two
Orlando
locations,
again for the third time.
or three locations rather, to pick one. So any other discussion on the agenda? All right, barring any objection, the agenda is approved. And I would ask,
It's gonna be a
we'll
huge
start
douche.
with,
We're gonna make this black
why don't
and
we
white.
start with El Paso, and we'll finish up with Richmond,
No, I'm
and if
gonna make this
Fresco
ethereal.
drops in, then we'll hear from them too. But is it Josie? Josie Bras?
Yes. Yes,
how you
Josie
pronounce
and the Pussycats, Josie Grozy, whatever you'd like.
Perfect. Well, tell us a little bit about
Josie
El
and the
Paso
Pussycats.
and about the venue, and we'll open up the floor to
Great,
questions
check that out.
once
check
you
out
finish
that
your
size
presentation, and you
differential.
can answer any questions from the gallery.
Absolutely. I do have a PowerPoint ready. Am I able to share?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mr. Secretary, can you?
I thought they were significantly
It's
I'm
larger.
not sure if you have to
Incredibly, I
take some kind of
had
action.
no idea
to be
they were
able
that much
to-
larger.
Perfect.
Oh, there we go.
See, I'll put these on for a second and everything will be much clearer, and then I'll try to focus on something else, and my brain will be like, stop,
Alrighty,
I don't
everybody.
want
Well,
to.
thank you so much for your time this evening. I greatly appreciate
Having
you.
glasses
Greatly appreciate
sucks.
your time looking over
Just
our
kidding, guys, I've always
proposal.
had glasses.
And El Paso is ready to
I know what you're
welcome
talking
you.
about.
You are going
You've
to
seen
have
me
an
with
amazing
glasses.
experience in our community.
El Paso kind of sucks.
So let's kind of get started, talk about why you should be coming to El Paso.
I don't like
We have a lot
Texas,
of
'cause it
engagement
takes
from our
forever to get
local
out of.
chapter. Visit El Paso is
Kinda like
ready to give you
California.
an
Well, El
experience
Paso
like
is
That was a
is
joke for
whopping
me and
no
me
other.
0 minutes from
One of the reasons you
Juarez.
should definitely start looking into our region is that it would be the first time you held it in a binational city. We have a lot of
Whoa,
local
whoa, whoa, whoa.
support,
I don't care
great
about the city's
hotel rooms,
sexuality.
some super rock star status. We
Okay,
are
let's
ready
not
to
do the
buy your
culture
love and do
wars.
whatever it takes to bring you to El Paso. So one of the things that I'd like to point out is that we are a binational city. So that does provide a
You
lot
did
of
point that out.
openness, individual liberty, a global perspective, active cross-border cooperation. And so it would really highlight everything kind of going
Again,
on
the city
currently,
that's
and
across
show
the
people
border
kind
is
of what it's
Juarez.
really like to be in a binational city,
This
given
is the
everything that's
fourth
going
time
on.
the phrase binational city has
So
been
let's
mentioned
talk
in
about
like 40
accessibility and
seconds.
getting to El Paso.
Oh my
We do
God.
have a number
Can
of
we make the
direct flights.
Y
I understand coming
access the
east,
top
going
line of
west
that
is a little
PowerPoint?
rough. You usually have about one stop, but we do have all major carriers in our airport. It's easy to navigate. You have
If you're in the north,
what
get
is it,
fucked.
gate for just
I
American,
do
and then
not want a
everybody else
3-hour
on the
flight
other side.
to this
Getting your
place.
luggage is extremely fast. There's not a whole lot to go around, and it's very accessible from the area. Next,
So
I'd
it'd be
like to
really
talk
cool
about
is
some of the group
the
travel
border of
discounts. You can
New
do it
Mexico.
for 10 or more people. Get some discounts with Southwest, American, United. I believe
I don't want
Delta
any of
is
those
as well,
airlines.
but they just didn't kind of follow
I
up with
still
me
like
on
Southwest. I
anything.
still
So we're
stand
just
for
going to keep
Southwest.
harassing them until I get more info.
The only reason I don't
I like
fly it as much
Getting
anymore is
around
because
El
my company
Paso
doesn't
and
pay
your
for it. I can't
accommodations.
imagine why.
What I'd like to highlight right now is that we do have a number of hotels. However, they are not connected to our convention center. They are directly across the street, and it's very easy to get there. What would probably be your headquarter hotel is going to be Hotel Paso
All
del
I
Norte.
care about
They're the ones who
is a
offered you the
microwave and a
most rooms,
refrigerator.
and they are currently offering 1,470 rooms for the total room night. The rate is $179. I can absolutely
Have I mentioned
harass
how much I
my
hate the phrase room night?
sales manager there to bring
It
it
doesn't
down
really
if
make
that's going to be an
sense.
issue. They're a great
Also,
hotel partner.
why
You
would
have a
we
lot of
want
history in our community
1,200 room
here.
nights?
Downtown is filled with historic buildings,
No,
so
she
you
said
can
like
see things,
1,200
just
1,200 rooms.
little
rooms.
But
things
even
to pick
1,200
out.
rooms
So
For
is
Henry
one- for one
Trost
really
is
room night.
our
unnerving.
architect pretty much for all of the really cool things downtown. So each kind of one of his buildings has a little surprise that you can look out and get. Directly next to it is going to be the Plaza Hotel. This is a Michelin Key hotel. It's held it for 2 years now. It's completely independent. This one would probably be good for some of our higher ups in the organization. I know the rate is about 205. I'm working on getting that down with them as well. But this one again, history, a lot of things going on in there. Great food. Their walk there is to die for. And then
I
we
can't
have your
stand avocado,
courthouse,
so-
courtyard, Doubletree, Indigo, Staten House, and a
I
loft.
really want someone to ask,
These are
like,
all within
how are the
5 or
carry
less
laws
minutes
in
of
El
walking to the
Paso?
convention center. If we need to
I mean,
get some
that's something
help
that
and
can
get
just
some
be looked at.
transportation going as well, we can absolutely look into this.
My
Or-
brain
But
is
we
so
have a
mad
lot
right
to
now.
offer.
It just wants to
In
know what's going
regard to the
on. It wants
downtown
me to explain
itself,
to
it
it
is very walkable. You can
why,
get around really easily. Just
after
again, everything's like a straight
so many
shot.
years of
You can pretty
life,
much see everything from where you're going.
it
Again, we
has
are
to
the
learn to
3rd
see
safest
again.
large city in the nation. And then we do have some streetcars that we brought back in to help everybody get around. So in regard to that, we put in a lot of money to bring back our streetcars. So we actually have the original shells
Why?
from there. So the upside is that they've been fitted with AC, Wi-Fi, wheelchair lifts, so everybody has the ability to access them. They're completely free to use. You see everybody from locals, people out of town, just trying to get a different experience. It takes you around the downtown area, up to the university where there's more food and shopping options for you. Let me get talking about our venues. So we're looking at doing everything inside of our convention center. So we have over 133,000
take off
square
the
feet of
glasses.
usable space. Our halls
then
would be A, B, and C,
I
about
get mad at that
80,000
too
square feet, and
because
it's all
it's so much
columnless.
blurrier.
We have all of the breakouts ready to go.
So obnoxious.
So
I
we
can't
actually are a
enjoy
non-union
seeing
facility,
anymore.
so that does help save on costs there, but we are going to be
Heartland,
sponsoring the venue rental as
let
well
me
as the
pull the thing
Wi-Fi.
up right quick.
And
There's
then I
like
don't
3
know if we
places
had a
in
chance to
Texas and
touch
then
base on
Virginia,
this,
if I
but if
remember
there's any opening receptions or things like that, we are happy to take care of that and show you a great time. Some of the things that weren't in the original proposal that we do have options for that we used for the Texas Democrats they came with would be some of like our
Democrats.
smaller rooms. So these
They're
are like
always
mid-sized
Democrats. I'm gonna tell you
caucuses.
that right now.
This one is across from the convention center in our admin building where
You'll be
we work.
traveling.
So it's a new facility called the Ocotillo Room. You get some natural light, good meeting space. It's very flexible. Right next to it, we also have the Agave
I
El
Room.
Paso,
really don't
Ideal
like
for
the
something a
open
little bit on the
concept
smaller
ceiling.
side, but
Virginia.
The
it's just
open
a great new
concept ceiling
facility.
is not making me happy.
We also have historic theaters that you can use. These are great for large caucus meetings.
I feel like I'm like
In addition to historic theaters, so it
renting
keeps
an
people
apartment
engaged, and this is all again
in South Central
across the
LA with the
street
open
or
concept
literally
ceilings. Oh, it's a
adjacent to the
loft.
convention center or across the street from the
It's
convention
loft
hotel.
style.
But again, large caucus meetings, it keeps people
You
engaged because it
couldn't
gives them a
convince me it was
different
cool.
environment, which is really important. Talking about El Paso as a city reborn. one of the things we'd like to highlight is La Nube.
Chicago and
So
St.
it's
Louis are on there because
Spanish
this is
for
supposed
the
to be in
cloud, but it's a
February.
steam museum.
I mean, I would put
But it
Chicago
also
on
makes
there.
for a great offsite venue.
I
They
would also put
have
Chicago
meeting
on there,
space
but
available.
all the
Gives you the option
people
to
from the
stop
South
and be a
generally
kid
are
for
going to be
5
like, "Oh my
seconds.
God, it's
Shoot
below
paper
100."
airplanes, add wind resistance,
Y'all,
dog people out,
if
go
I
down a
can
giant climber
handle
and watch people eat it on the way down.
Cold
It's the
weather
best part.
Chicago.
We also have
Most
our
of you have
brand
no
new
excuse.
Mexican American Cultural Center. They have an amazing rooftop. So it's got a lot of lights. It looks great at night. There's a theater for another small to mid-sized caucus meeting. And then you can do some cultural art exhibits that they have. They even have like a demo kitchen, so you can put a couple people in there,
Theater
have
space
them
for
make something
caucus
simple like some
meetings
guac
is
and
nice.
tortillas, give them a different
because
experience.
Caucuses are nothing but
Another
theater.
option we have right next to us is our University Park.
You just
So
stage a
this
play.
is home to our AAA baseball team, the El Paso Chihuahuas.
I'm really
Excuse me, I
upset
don't know
about
what
these
happened there.
classes and trying to distract myself from it.
There we go. So they source for the
Just
San
making
Diego Padres,
commentary
and
to
then it also
distract
doubles
my
as our minor
brain
league
from the
soccer team.
facts.
So
All
they
right.
do have all of the
You
scoop
heard
back
it
there
here.
that
We
we
go to El
can use out.
Paso.
If
Apparently,
there's
there's going to be an
a game
LPA
going on
baseball
at the
game
time, we
night
can look
for
at
the
doing
El
that. Get some
Paso
discounted tickets for
Chihuahuas.
everybody. That's also
What do
another
you mean
great meeting
discounted
space.
tickets?
They have a bunch of
We're going in
foods
February.
on one
Let's go
side
baseball in
and kind of like
February.
the VIP
I'm
section
going
that we
to
can look
alienate
into. So they have a
myself from
lot
my
of
entire
options to
base
keep people
here and say
engaged,
that I
make
despise
people excited
baseball.
about coming. I know sometimes that's a difference. You
That's
hear
gonna be the
El
next thing that I
Paso
come out
and
against
do you really want
on
to
our
come
East
there?
Slider.
And I was like, this will be a reason to come. It'll be a great experience. It'll be a lot of fun for sure. One of the
Look,
other things I
you
want to
said by
highlight is
National
going to
City.
be our
That's
San
already a reason
Jacinto
to come.
Plaza. So this is our main plaza in the downtown. You have things like giant chess,
City on
ping
city.
pong.
Action
There's a little cafe there, but one of our favorite things to highlight about it is that we have a
Nation on
statue of
nation
3
action.
alligators. So way back in the day, one of our mayors was given a prank gift as alligators. So they lived out there in that plaza for a good period of time, and then eventually they had to say, okay, time to take them to the zoo because people kept
Is
feeding
this
them
what
things that they
works
shouldn't
for
eat.
the
It
other
wasn't,
political
oh, they're
parties?
going to hurt somebody. It's like,
Is this
they're
what
going to get
sells?
real
There
fat,
used
and
to
that's
be
gonna be a problem.
alligators here. Yeah.
So what I'd like to
So
do
we
is
have
share
two
just a
Texas
little bit
cities
of our
and one
culture
is
with
Richmond,
you right
Virginia.
here with a little
So
quick
I
video.
don't like any of these.
Can you all hear that?
No.
I can't hear. I
No,
don't
we
know
can't.
if-
We can't. When
No.
you're doing the share, there's another button to also share audio.
That would make sense.
I love what Central Casting did with the place, though. Look at that.
Right.
Maybe this will cooperate with me. Apparently today is not that day.
By the way, on the off chance that any of the presenters are watching this
Sorry about that.
actively, it has
You try
nothing
now.
to do with your presentations. I just
Nothing.
Starfield is 100%
Oh, man.
correct. That's exactly what I've been thinking. This sounds exactly like a
I'll send
timeshare
that to you
advertisement.
all as a different, but it just gets to highlight a lot of the great food, the hotel
For only
roofs.
$100,000,
We have the hiking, mountain
you can
biking,
have
historic
a hut
missions.
in El
We
Paso.
have people that can go and enjoy nature, bird watching. There's literally something for everybody.
Nature or
Great
bird
food,
watching, not
great
both.
drinks.
No,
I
she'd
mean,
say
we
or.
have a Lucchese boot store because we make them in El Paso, and our mayor has a speakeasy that you get to from said boot store. So there's a lot of different experiences that we have for everybody. That main hotel, they do have a cigar room, so we can look at doing cigar rolling,
push going
tasting rooms
up
for
really close to
tequila
my eyes.
everywhere. The main hotel just opened up their
Possibly.
barrel room. With that
Anyone
one, they do
Georgia?
tastings for tequila,
As a
mezcal,
general rule, I agree.
bourbon, and whiskeys, and then as well as
If you're
wines.
going to
But
put
we
one
have
in Georgia,
wineries
it
in
better
the
be
area.
right near the
I'm telling you,
airport
we
so
can
everyone
do
can get out as
anything. If
quickly as
somebody
possible.
wants a dive bar with great chicken wings, is right behind, and then we can do something over the top if somebody's looking for fine dining. There's truly something for everybody in El Paso.
There's a dive bar with chicken wings
So
if
with
you're looking
that,
for fine dining
I'd
or
like to
something
thank
over the
you,
top.
and we'll see you in El Paso.
Did I
Do we
catch
have
that?
any questions at this time?
I think it was as well as.
Jose, I have a few questions.
There are fine dining options and a dive bar.
As far as the room rate, well, a couple questions. What is our obligation as far as filling the rooms? So what is the attrition rate on those? And also, how close are the different
Rooms that are not filled with people must
buildings
be filled promptly with
from the
Jell-O.
convention center?
Absolutely.
I'm
So
for
attrition
this.
rate, from what I've been seeing
I am
in their
100%
proposals, is approximately
for
80.
libertarian Jello wrestling to
But
pay
we
for
can
the
always
rooms.
touch base with each individual one. We'll set up a contract with each hotel. That way you can
Honestly,
figure
as
out
my
what works
go-to
best, because they
people that
are
always
very
fight, I want to
flexible.
see
We can harass them
Tyler
into doing
Dinky
whatever
and
we
Bryce
need.
Tone.
In
Jello
regards
wrestle.
to the distance,
No one else
everything
might
is
want to see
centrally
this, but I do.
located in the downtown. But
like when I go
nothing
head-to-head
is
with
more than
someone.
5 minutes. The furthest one would be the Hotel
Amanda
Indigo,
and your average
and
mop
that
can go
one's
head to head.
maybe 5 minutes if you're waiting for those lights to change so you can use the crosswalk.
And then the
I
next
could go easy
question
on
I
that mop.
had is, do you guys have any requirements for AV? Do you
Edison
require
crisp
in-house
fonts.
AV or other services? Or any kind of union
Non-union
type?
facility, we are completely in-house for everything. We do AV, we do your catering, all of our labor is there. If you want to bring outside AV, we're more than happy to work with you there. We just can't kind of touch anything. But whatever works for your budget, we will make happen.
Mhm. And Pat, I would say before we get to a vote on the OPA vote as well, I think we ought to share any contractual information with the LNC so we can look over if we have any further questions. It'll give us enough time, I'm sure, to get a hold of our presenters of these different resorts and any in-house discussion we need to have if there's other questions that come up. I'm sure I'll have more questions in a minute, but I do see a couple hands raised. Mr. McMahon and Mr. Dar. Mr. McMahon, go ahead.
On the hotels, do any of the hotels have accessibility, but very specifically wheelchair roll-in for a shower, bathroom, things like that?
Yes, sir. All of them do have at least one accessible room like that.
Okay.
But they do have multiple accessible rooms.
It's like
If
I
we
can
can
either
confirm that, because
see
we've had issues in
or
the
I can
past where a
focus
hotel
on
has
something the
said they're
second I look
accessible,
at
and
it,
then we find
but
out that
not
it's
both.
because they have hand grips, but not
Oh,
like a
no.
roll-in shower, which is not the same as a walk-in shower.
Oh,
If
absolutely.
you can confirm that and report back to us, within 48 hours, that would be great.
Yes, sir. I'll get that to you tomorrow morning.
What is the
By the way, Steven called Josie Jose.
government theft or taxation
Jose.
on room nights
He did.
in El
He called
Paso?
him Jose. Jose.
I like that. So our current hotel occupancy tax rate comes out to 17.5%. Part of that comes into play with that Southwest University Park. So that's where some of that taxation comes in. So it is high overall, but everything kind of tends to even out based off the hotel rates.
And I know it's Texas, so this may be a stupid question, but
Go
what
for
are
it.
the firearm carrying
There we
There we
go.
go.
restrictions,
Told you someone had
both
to
in the
ask.
convention center, the hotels, and on the street?
Open carry on the street, hotel as well. Convention center is no firearms. However, if there are concerns and we do need to bring some in, I can always touch base with my operations team and CEO to see what we can do to facilitate that. Because there's times where we just put in memos and say,
Can I
okay, we're
just
just gonna
fire
make it
my
work.
gun in the middle of the hotel randomly,
It's more
screaming
about
like
our
Yosemite
members
Sam?
prefer to be able to open carry anywhere and everywhere they are, or conceal carry, but to be able to carry.
Okay, I will touch base with my CEO and get that confirmation to you ASAP.
Okay, thank you. I have no more questions.
Mr.
Haven't
Dar,
asked
then
them the
Mr.
real
Ford.
questions.
Mr. Dar.
I forget, what is the F&B minimum for El Paso?
Our F&B minimum, I believe it's, let me get my notes. I currently have it, where did it go? 40K?
40K?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 40K. And the venue rental was sponsored. Okay, and Evan asked all my other questions, so thank you.
Perfect.
Mr. Ford.
I wonder if you could speak to, first of all, on the technical side, reservation policies at the primary hotel. Are you expected to put down a big deposit? And you may have to get back to me on that, which is fine. And do you have to, is there a large security deposit requirement at the hotels? I don't know if you know that off the top of your head. And then my other
security deposits would be $100 per day. However, we can ask to see if that can be waived. And then when it comes to the hotel contracting on that deposit, that again can be discussed with that sales manager to see what we can do to cooperate and get if there's something lower or just waive it altogether, we can see what we can do with them.
And then, as importantly, I wonder if you could speak to restaurant availability. We've had some wonderful deals and wonderful conventions, but one of the challenges has always been immediacy restaurants. How close? How far? We
Amanda's
love
like,
hotels.
unless
we
they have a
love staying in
dispensary
hotel restaurants
straight
can
up
be
of pillars
pricey.
and
We just
yogurts.
we just did
Sponsor us,
a
please.
convention in
Then I don't
DC
have any
a couple of years ago, which was a beautiful hotel, but wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amanda, as the number one
Walking
customer, why have you not reached out to see if you can get a
to
sponsorship?
non-property restaurants, and what kind of range?
Who would want me to
ranging
be
anywhere from
advertising
there's
for
like
their,
a small
their
market
food
that
is
we
my
all go
question.
and get our lunches at. That's like
I
$5 for
I
a
would be
great
down to
meal.
hear you
But we could
advertising
do everything
yogurt.
from high end. There's probably I'm trying to go through.
If
the
Jamie
rest.
Lee
There's
Curtis can advertise yogurt by saying it helps her poop, you can advertise
at least
yogurt.
5 or
Sure.
6 different
So
restaurants that
if I
immediately
slide
come
these
to mind
down on
that
my
don't
nose
include the hotel
too,
restaurants.
a little bit better, or I could press them way up against my eyes. But like,
And Mr. McMahon had another question. I did have.
trying to find.
You're gonna find out your
have a
optometrist
few,
watches this, and he
as
knows
far
that
as
you know
exhibit
glasses.
space, usually we have
What?
exhibit space that individuals can purchase.
You're gonna find out he watches
for
this and knows you haven't been
tabling,
wearing your glasses.
for whatever they want to use it for. Maybe they're
I
running
have an
for
appointment
office or,
tomorrow. I have to
you
pretend
know,
to have been used to these.
what have you. What does your exhibition space look like? And also, do you have?
What does your
and I think you
exhibition
know,
space
but what does
look
your
like?
breakout
Better question.
space look like as well for different? You know, maybe we have multiple classes going on at the same time, or if somebody, especially in a presidential election year, typically candidates will rent out spaces as well as suites, of course, but they might want their own space close to the convention hall, etc. What are your options for those spaces?
Breakout spaces, we can do 17 total within the convention center, and then there's 2 more in our admin building directly adjacent to it. The other options would be using the 2 theaters that we have, the Abraham Chavez, which again is just across, like not even across the street, it's adjacent to it, and then the Plaza Theater, which would be another option, and that again is in front of the Plaza / Hotel Paso del Norte, so they would be right there to do that. So when it comes to meeting space, that's not a problem. Exhibitors, I know we have all 3 halls dedicated to you, so we can figure out with one of our event managers where you'd like to put them. You have 80,000 square feet of columnless space, so we can put them there. We can put them in the main lobby as your entrance. That's usually something that we do. There's another side lobby called the Paso del Norte. That one has a lot of natural light. We can put them there as well.
Okay, so if it's like this.
And what's included in the F&B, or is there a separate fee for each space?
So each space, it's all included. So as long as you hit the 40K, then the rental will be waived.
Okay, and that's for the whole weekend, plus or minus sort of the probably Friday through. Okay. Do you, 2 more questions.
Yes.
The Wi-Fi situation. What's your Wi-Fi cost, and how many devices can it reasonably handle?
I need to get back to you on what it
Okay.
can reasonably handle, but we are
Okay.
going to be sponsoring your Wi-Fi for the entirety of the building for your meeting spaces.
Got it. And gratuity is it what's the gratuity charge in the 40K?
Oh, this is so.
I don't believe we have the gratuity charge on there, but I can get back to you on that one as well.
And is the
So
gratuity
much demonstrably
taxed?
clearer when I'm looking.
Excuse me, can you repeat that?
That's how eyes work.
Is the gratuity taxed?
But like,
Let me get
so
that
now
clarification from our
a
F&B
choice to
manager
make.
just to be sure. I don't want to give you the
Do
wrong
I want
information,
to
but
be
I do
able to
believe
see
it.
things clearly?
Okay, I'm assuming
Or
it's a
do I
sales
want
tax.
to be able to focus on
And
things
then-
when I look
and
at
then I have
them
one more
without having to
question
wait for my
you.
eyes to stop freaking out?
Oh, I
probably
want to
just
see
want
if
to
you
wear
can
the
please
glasses
speak
until they
to
stop doing that.
Would you
whoever it is.
stop?
I'd like to get the attrition down to 70%.
They have to take out the blue light
assuming we
filter
rent
first,
out
'cause I
all,
hate the blue light
most or all of the
filter.
spaces. And the reason for that is because that's what we currently have with our hotel in Grand Rapids is 70% across 4 or 5
This is why you
different
can never have
spaces.
children, because you know
And what
my
I
kids will
notice
do
is
the
what
exact
happens
same
is that
fucking
the
thing, too.
spaces
Stop
closest
playing
to
with
the
it.
actual convention center are going to max out at 100%. So, so it's
You'll
easier
be
for us
losing
if
your
we
shit
can get
if
a
you could
lower
see me right now,
attrition
because I'm
rate. We're
just
hoping
playing
to,
with these
fill
glasses
everything out
on my
completely, but
face.
you end up at the
Sliding
tail
it back
end,
and forth.
the farthest hotel you
So
might get the
annoying.
lower
It's like I'm
attrition rate, which
focusing on the
and we
military
saw that all
writings
your other
book
hotels. So
in front of me,
please see
and
what
that
we can
I'm
do about
moving my
that.
glasses
That
up
doesn't
and
surprise me.
I
down
will go ahead to Mr. McMahon and then Mr. Ford. Mr. McMahon.
back and
2
forth
simple questions and
sensuously.
1 very complicated question.
Evan, you
Yes,
have
sir.
glasses.
The
Help.
first 2 is, what are the hours of operation for the restaurants and any cafe or place like that?
Restaurants range from
Why is
about
everyone asking about
7 to 8
restaurants?
a.m. all the way up to about
Most
10,
people
11
care
p.m.
about going out to eat.
Is there a
I have a
cafe, coffee
question.
shop, Starbucks?
Do they
in-
carry
in the
There's a
city
Starbucks.
property?
inflatable Greek yogurt?
So there is a cafe in
With
each of
walking
them. There's a
distance.
Starbucks across the street from all of
Which
them.
4 miles
And then there's
away?
a couple different coffee shops throughout the way.
And what time is the average that they would close?
Usually around 5.
Does your Whole Foods close at 10 or 11?
5
Because I don't
p.m.?
get hungry until
Yes, sir.
midnight.
Okay.
Oh God, their shit closes at 5 p.m.
I just know
That's like
it-
What the
morning.
fuck? No, that's a coffee
Trying to get a
place.
drink in hotels tends to be awful if you don't want to sit at the bar. And so that's a negative mark, not being able to get a cup of coffee or a drink, non-alcoholic beverage in the evening without having to wade through the bar.
Absolutely.
The next question is for suites at the main hotel.
Amanda is again upset. Why
See,
is
you're
anyone
still
asking
asking
about
what do
about
those
sweets.
look like?
Not candy.
What are we being offered on those? That sort of thing.
Absolutely. I'm pulling their page up for their proposal. Give me just
We're gonna have
one
to sit through
moment.
3 of these. Do the
You're asking
bagels
about-
have holes? Says
I'm
Starfield.
working off my hotspot and it's doing something special.
It's going to be particularly egregious because the other ones are like, shit, I've looked this up now. I know what to do.
It's so weird because my right eye is not used to. My right eye is used to being superior to my left eye, and so now it's jealous. And when I test them, my right eye is like, no, I'm worse. I'm worse. I'm worse than the left eye now. It's very insecure. I do have less correction in my right eye though, so that might be a thing.
Would it be, I don't want to hold up any additional time. Would it be possible to forward that information to
No,
you
you're fine. I'm playing with my glasses.
tomorrow morning?
The other one is also probably something that was going to need to be forward. This is the complicated question, and please note other presenters of this question. We may need to work with another organization to be responsible for certain aspects of the convention, such as the vendor area, maybe some of the breakout rooms. We cannot sublease it to
Everything
them.
on this screen
So it would
is
need
so
to be
crisp.
something in the line of, hey, we need to take this off of our contract and move it to a third party that we work with, that they would then be responsible for. Is that something that we can work on with you guys over the next 2 years?
Oh, absolutely. That's not a problem at all. We're currently doing that with the Texas Travel Council and then another one of their partners. So that's not a problem to get done.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Ford? Oh, did you have any more questions, Evan?
Nope,
Okay.
I was just saying I was done.
Mr.
Kevin,
Ford?
what's your vision correction?
Yeah,
Like, and how
in
did you
terms
do
of
it?
the, I'll call it the main room facility, classroom style, how many people can be seated with perhaps, if we're looking at a large space, how many people can be seated classroom style? And then with some areas out back and to the side.
I would like to know
for
how many people can be
activities.
seated crisscross applesauce.
We can fit a
style.
good number of people in there, mainly for the halls. Let me pull up that and
Deck the halls with numbers of people.
Chat, did you call it
We
crisscross
technically have,
applesauce, pretzel style, or Indian
up
style?
to about, I'm rounding up about 1,100 people.
We called it Indian style until 2000, where
that would be
it
on
was
the
pointed
main
out
floor at
that's
any one time, and then
offensive.
there's going to be.
You guys were like behind the times as fuck.
That shouldn't be
I'm in the South.
problem with the convention center. If we're using predominantly part of Hull C, that one's well over 30,000 square feet. So classroom style in that space, we are looking at accommodations of 2,100.
Oh, okay.
And just, yeah, so that's definitely doable between the halls.
Super. That's actually all I've got. I just, well, I've got a question to bring up to the body, independent of the folks from El Paso.
I have a
about all
lot of
this.
questions to bring up to my body right now.
Stephen, other
Why are you
questions?
so blind, buddy?
Why?
We have two hands up. One is from elected Libertarian, Mr. Ryan Woodcraft. If he's going to speak, I would need
Oh
a member
my
of the board to request.
Gosh,
I'll
this
request
is
that.
so
That's why
Okay.
my hand was raised to
Oh.
just request that you allow Mr. Woodcraft to speak.
All right, barring any objection, Mr. Woodcraft, you have the floor.
And Mr. Chair, members of the LNC, can you hear me okay?
Nope.
I can
Loud
hear
and
you.
clear.
Excellent. Thank you for recognizing me and allowing me to throw in my 2 cents. First off, thank you for considering our community.
Not really.
We're actually ecstatic to even make it to the top 3. The borderland region is funny enough. There are some lifelong Democrats that are excited to see the Libertarian Party come here in 2028.
That makes
Our
me feel
county
uneasy,
affiliate
actually.
is making a lot of headway. We've put in a lot of work over the past couple of years.
Bless you.
We've worked really close with Josie and Destination El Paso over the past couple of weeks and offered any of our support to them. And one thing that on behalf of our
Ryan
chair,
is the first selling point
David
that I've
Marino
actually
and the
heard for this
entire
place.
executive committee of the El Paso County
Right.
Libertarian
I like
Party
Ryan.
affiliate, we want to
I actually
offer our
donated to
full
Ryan.
support.
You've
So anything
mentioned
that you
this.
may need on the ground, if
Every
and
time
when
we
El
talk,
Paso is
I wanna
that's how
brag
chosen
Kyle
about
for
it
the
picks up the
2028
phone. He's
site,
just like, I donated to Ryan
we will
Woodcraft.
assist in saving you with travel costs and
I spent
walk the
money on a
grounds and
libertarian
take as
candidate
many
and they won. That's
photos,
better than most of us.
videos, or any logistical work that you
I
need on the
donated to Ryan
ground
Woodcraft. Amanda, put on your glasses.
as often as we can.
You know the
Yeah, I don't want
doctor
to belabor the
said-
point anymore. I know you have 2 more
Gotta know.
presentations to get to.
You know that the doctor said
Thank you for the opportunity to
donate
speak,
to
and I
Ryan
look
Woodcraft
forward
before
with
putting on your glasses.
to working with you and bringing the Libertarian Party to El Paso in 28.
I literally,
so
I feel
much,
like the
Mr.
kid who's
Woodcraft.
trying to cram for the test the night before.
All right, any other questions for Ms. Barajas and the El Paso
This is like
event
2
site?
weeks ago. They're just like, wear these for 2 weeks.
Everyone gets
All
a
right, barring
paddling.
none.
I agree, Jack.
Josie, thank you so much. I appreciate your presentation. We'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, next up
Padlin.
is going to be Richmond. Tom Uphold and Casey Armstrong, you have the floor.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I'm going to work on my share screen. One moment.
Her green screen is weird. Pat Ford's camera is always weird.
These
Pat,
glasses are
put
so
the camera
weird.
above you looking down instead of upward. Upward makes you look like a thumb. This is true for everyone. Put the camera high.
Challenge accepted.
You're hoping to have the camera look up at your face and not look like a thumb?
Might have the same problem she did with sound. Here we go. Share sound. I want to make sure that when I play my videos, they show up. Okay.
Guys, don't be seduced
Okay.
by
Can
Richmond,
everyone see
Virginia speed
this and
talk.
hear me?
I do
Okay,
like that
perfect.
lip color though.
Well, good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to be with you all tonight. My name is Casey Armstrong. I'm the National Destination Sales Manager with Visit
That was a
Richmond,
choice, and she
Virginia.
rocked it.
And I'm joined by my colleague, Tom Uphold. He is the Director of Sales and Marketing with the Greater Richmond Convention Center. We truly appreciate the chance to present Richmond as a potential host for your 2028
She's
National
reading off a card.
Convention.
Minus 10
Richmond
points.
is a city shaped by ideas, debate,
Somebody
and
should
self-governance, and that legacy is not just historical. It's something that's still actively
This is a
happening
high school book
in the
report.
city
Get out.
today, which is why we believe
I'm
Richmond
still
offers a
in favor for
particularly
lip color.
relevant setting for your organization to host your event.
If you're gonna sell a thing,
This
you're
proposal
gonna read
was
it
developed
off. It needs
specifically
to be on your
around
main screen, so you're looking
convention
at your
scale
camera,
and
and it's gotta be a
operational
freaking
as well as
teleprompter.
visibility goals. Tonight, our goal is to show you not only how
Means I get to take
Richmond
them off
works
for a sec.
logistically, but why hosting your convention
Amanda has
here will
somehow
add
gotten
context,
grease on her
credibility,
glasses.
and impact to your event itself. Oops, there we go.
It's more like because I've been touching
I'd
them,
love
moving them around
to
my face.
present the team members that are actually going to be
Does that
working
explain to
on
you?
or helped work on this proposal with us. So, of course, myself and Tom Uphold, but then
agree,
also
Joe.
Cheryl Knight, she's with the Richmond Marriott downtown, and Reagan Patrick, who's with the Hilton Richmond downtown. Between myself, the convention center, and our two convention hotel partners, you have direct access to experienced professionals who regularly support and work with our national conventions and politically
See, as I'm
focused
cleaning
events.
these, like I keep on
While
getting
Cheryl and Reagan aren't here
my
tonight,
fingers
I
on
do
them.
want to feature them
How
as
do
they'll
you-
be points of contact on the hotel sales side. So who are we? For those of you who may not be familiar with Richmond, we refer to ourselves as the Richmond region, which is made up of 7 unique jurisdictions, with
And
the city
Atlantic
of
refers to
Richmond
itself as
serving
Greater
as the
Metro
urban
Atlanta.
core
Everyone
and the
understands what a
heart
metro
of the
is. Go away.
destinations shown in orange right in the center. Across the region, we offer more than 22,000 hotel rooms, giving us scale to support large national events and future growth for conventions. For your event specifically, over 1,200 of those rooms are located within a 1-mile radius of the Greater Richmond Convention Center, creating a highly walkable and centralized downtown experience for your attendees. This balance of regional capacity with downtown concentration is something that our clients
You can see her eyes
consistently tell
moving.
us
She's clearly
makes
reading off of a document.
Richmond really easy to manage for their events.
Why are you
At
so
a high
cranky about
level,
this?
Richmond offers 3 things that
I
every
hate
national
this.
convention needs: location,
This was
versatility,
like,
and
you were
hospitality.
in
but truly
like
what
a
differentiates
fine
us
arts
is
program.
context.
People like
This is a city
probably
where
cared about how
policy
they
is not
sounded and things.
theoretical, it's
I was in an
debated,
engineering
shaped,
program.
and decided here.
Everyone read directly off the card. It was like,
Richmond
learn
is
how to be
centrally
a
located
human.
within a day's
I've been
drive
at
of half
conferences
of the U.S.
before.
population.
Every single panel
We
I've
sit at
ever
the
presented on,
intersection
they're
of
like,
I-95
yours is the only
and
paper I
Interstate
liked. Like, it doesn't,
64.
it's not just the
They
paper.
cross right in the heart of
That's
the
why I read it.
city.
Yeah.
We're the midway point between Florida and Maine, and we're served by 3 Amtrak stations, including one that's located right in the heart of downtown. We're only 2 hours south of Washington,
Okay, she isn't being
D.C.,
intelligent there.
2
She
hours
played to the
north of
train
Raleigh,
angle,
giving
and
you
there's a
great
lot of
access
autism
to
in
the
LP.
nation's
Like the
capital,
person who played to the
Virginia's
baseball
capital being
angle
Richmond,
just
as well as
earlier.
the capital of North Carolina.
See, but the one before was like, we have
The Richmond
trolley cars.
International
Like, those aren't
Airport is
trains.
consistently ranked among the most efficient airports in North America,
My brain
with
is
more
so
than
upset right now.
150 daily
So
flights
upset.
and offering 38 nonstop destinations. It's easy for attendees to get here. And the airport is only 8 miles outside of downtown, where the convention center is located, just a 15-minute
this is the
drive
one who's
into the
presenting?
city.
This is supposedly the best
This
one,
map
right?
gives you a
This
sense
is the
of how
one who's
well connected
trying to
Richmond
spell
is
this the
nationally
hardest.
to our
This is the best I
international
got.
airport.
I'm out.
Very heavy on the East
Fuck
Coast,
Virginia.
Midwest, but we have many
I mean, it's
directs that
Richmond,
go all
Virginia.
the way out to the West Coast as well.
She's poisoned the entire state. for me.
Skynav, we did drone capture of the city of Richmond and surrounding jurisdictions that we represent.
I'm gonna play Tetris.
This is to give you a bird's eye view of the city of Richmond and the surrounding counties. As I go through this,
Did her audio just change?
review, some things that you'll
Yes.
notice are the
Okay,
James
good.
River,
And now
which
there's like
runs
a
right
droning
through
in the
heart of
background.
It's like,
downtown.
please
This is the
don't
only urban
give me
environment
ear
in the
astigmatism. I know that
country
is.
where we
Oh,
do class
that's
3
because she's
for
playing a
whitewater
video where she's doing the
rafting and
voiceover.
cityscape.
Oh,
Some
nice.
things I love to point out are the Richmond International Airport is located 6.6 miles from this location. And then I love to point out our Amtrak stop at Main Street Station.
I love to
located
point out
right
our
downtown
Amtrak
for ease
stop.
of getting into the destination. This is also I-95 as well
Damn
as
right.
Interstate 64.
Everyone
that
knows all
interchange
birds
right in
are
Richmond.
drones.
I love to show this nighttime view. So you
Kyla
can
calls me a
see
bird,
what
everyone,
the
just to let
city
you
looks
know.
like as the
He
sun
is
is
convinced
I also
I
call
am
her a robot.
bird.
to take you to our venues, I'm going to start with the Greater Richmond
consistent.
Convention
At
Center
the same
located
time.
on 5th Street. It's located right across the street from our full-service Richmond Marriott downtown, as well as our full-service Hilton Richmond downtown. And then conveniently just behind there is our Virginia State Capitol, just 3 blocks
What are
away
your
from these properties.
breakfast
You're
buffet
against the government,
offerings?
lady.
Street level, you can see how convenient it is to get from these hotels over to our convention center. This is a stop.
Yeah, I don't know why
skywalk that
Richmond
connects the Richmond
wound up on the
Marriott
short list. I really
downtown
don't.
To our convention center.
Pat
And
Ford.
then you can see that this is
Really?
just across the street.
Probably.
Right, all conveniently for your
Just blaming
conference
everything on
attendees.
Pat Ford.
Amanda's Big Bird. No, man.
This aerial
telling you,
view is one of the
Amanda's
most
secretly the
important
king of
slides
all
in the deck
birds.
to me. Your convention
is the board
hotels,
king.
the Greater Richmond Convention Center, and the Virginia State Capitol are all within just a few blocks of one another. And during your proposed 2028 convention dates, the Virginia General Assembly will be in session. That means that lawmakers, policy staff, advocates, and media will
And what
already
is
be
your
here in
carrying
the
policy?
destination. And
This
your
question
national
is
convention will
unrelated
be
to your
taking
state.
place during an active state government. We're proud that Richmond can offer this level of proximity to real-time governance in such a compact, walkable downtown environment. I'd love to turn this over to my colleague, Tom Uppel, to talk to you about the Greater Richmond Convention Center.
What about the lesser?
What?
Richmond Convention?
5,000 square feet of additional meeting space?
Okay, now that I'm unmuted.
Did you drop a zero or do you not know where
So
the
we have
comma goes?
178,000 continuous exhibit space. I think what we had proposed was 64,000 or 68,000 of that space. But also too, we have a talk about your breakouts and your different things
Man,
you
to
had
sing
going on
the
through your RFP.
Sesame Street
So
theme.
we are a non-union
I
building also.
didn't watch Sesame Street as a kid.
And so we have a
I didn't
30,000
either, but I
square
still
foot
know that it's like
ballroom that we had
sunny
slated
day.
in for some of your events.
That's
And then,
all I
like
know.
in case we
I'm
said,
very
there's a skywalk that
concerned about
connects to the
being called
Marriott
Big Bird.
that makes it really easy to get back.
I
and
wanted
forth
it
with
as
each
a
other.
test.
Um,
What do you mean?
so just from the that's a brief
We need to
overview
see if you
from the
sounded like Big
convention
Bird.
center.
Big Bird.
That case you
I am
finished,
on the
if you
side
have
of you are not
questions,
Big
we
Bird.
have to go
Heartland is
back
saying you're Big
and
Bird.
sort of answer
I
some
know,
of
that's what I'm
those.
saying. Like, I'm very concerned about Heartland calling me Big Bird.
She sort of mapped out this, some of the space that we had marked in. As
They
you
sort
see,
of
Exhibit
mapped
Hall
out.
A is
It's a map.
67,000 square feet. So based on your RFP, we sort of thought it'd be better to break it down into two smaller rooms.
I am also
so we
shorting
can
this
air
proposal.
wall for what you were looking for. And then the building does cover 6 city blocks, but there's 2 skywalks that go from building to building, so you actually never leave.
You
You don't
never
have to walk
leave.
outside to go from one building to another one.
I thought that was Hotel California. This is Virginia.
So to your point, Steve, sometimes the candidates want to rent different space. They can be in some of those areas.
The only time I appreciated one of those like never leave things was when I was at Freedom Fest in Las Vegas, and it was
Thank you,
literally
Tom.
115 degrees.
So to talk a little bit more about our hotel partners, the Richmond Marriott Downtown would serve as your primary headquarter hotel. It's attached to the convention center via Skywalk, which allow your conference attendees to move between hotels and sessions without transportation needed, weather concerns, security concerns. This property offers
I agree.
413 guest
This
rooms,
is the,
including 5 suites,
where you give your boss
along
3
with
options
multiple
and 2 of them are
on-site
garbage.
dining and lounge options that
This is one of the
support,
garbage options.
networking and informal meetings.
We're gonna
So
find
I
out
know
if
that
El
their
Paso was a
Starbucks, and
garbage or a
this was a
top-tier
question,
option.
their
Just a second.
Starbucks
Oh
opens
my
at
gosh,
6
El
o'clock in
Paso's
the
top
morning
tier. I
and
am
runs
very
until 6
concerned.
p.m. And then the
I'm-
Fall Line
I
restaurant and
honestly
bar
think
is a
that El
free
Paso is
period,
where we're
so
ending
it's
up
open
so
for
far based
breakfast,
on this.
lunch, and dinner contiguous. And I know it
Dude,
stays
the other
open
one's
until midnight
Frisco.
right now. I did hear from their sales
fucking-
team that
okay,
they were
which one is
looking
the
to
most
extend
populous?
that
I just want something
until
that
2 in the
vaguely,
morning, which is
more
bar
than vaguely you're
hours
supposed to say.
in Virginia.
I mean, this is probably the most popular.
And then the other hotel
Richmond,
that
Richmond
is
doesn't count, trust
proposing
me.
with our package is the Hilton Richmond Downtown. This is inside of a historic former
It doesn't count, Kyle. I don't
department
care what the
store called
numbers
the
say.
Miller and Rhodes Building, which adds
can hear you
character and
typing.
I'm just
variety
curious
to
at
your
this point.
options, but also you get both brands, the
El
Marriott
Paso
and
is the most
Hilton.
populous city in West
This
Texas
property
with
has
680,000
250
people.
guest rooms,
So yeah, we're gonna have
including
an El Paso.
15 suites, and it's located just steps from both the convention center and the 3 venues are all just blocks from the Capitol Square.
I agree with Joe here. You don't bring out
I know that
Ryan
one of the questions
Woodcraft
that came
tank.
up a lot was
El Paso
about
will
nearby
win.
dining. So overview of Richmond and our dining options. We've been recognized nationally as one of the country's top food destinations with over
No one wants
900
Frisco.
local restaurants throughout.
That's why it's going
and over
last.
40 breweries and wineries. This is our downtown dining map. So you can see Capitol Square where the Virginia State Capitol is, and this is the convention center right here in the gray. So you can see, and this is just at a high level, within just a couple blocks, you've got about 30 options that are directly adjacent to where your attendees would be staying. When your attendees are not in sessions, attendees can explore museums, historic sites, and cultural attractions. Many are located in downtown within walking distance that map showed. These properties are also located on Broad Street, which is our main drag in downtown Richmond. We call this the Pulse. It runs 15 miles from one end into another jurisdiction. And we have a bus, which is called the Pulse, which is currently a free hop-on, hop-off bus that runs Broad Street solely and also has stops that include the convention center and the government
they're calling
center,
two
but it
things the
also
Pulse.
goes beyond downtown. So you can take it to other areas where
Jack
museums
Libertarian with,
are.
that's it. We need to have the
where,
convention in
all
Moscow.
the breweries
Moscow,
are located,
given
so if people do
how
want to get to
friendly
that,
the
there's a
previous
free
LNC
bus
was,
service that
might
can take
love
them.
it.
Genuinely speaking,
And
though, Moscow
also,
is a beautiful place.
On Broad Street, right next to where the
And
properties are,
I
there's of
look
course
forward
lots
to
of dining,
someday
and then a couple of
visiting
blocks
there.
around.
If I do currently, I
all the
will actually be
hotels.
arrested.
Yeah.
Like
It's just to show a little bit more
genuinely,
about Richmond.
Personally, will be arrested, which is kind of cool.
Starting route to the Richmond region.
That's terrible.
I'm really glad we're putting videos over Zoom. Those never break up at the function.
See, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm playing Tetris. This sounds like the worst ASMR video ever.
When you
That's not
select
right.
Richmond, then you are definite
God.
with our destination services team, which works alongside you throughout the entire
hired
planning
the,
process.
90s
They
diversity,
can help you with community
diversity kids.
connections, corporate social responsibility opportunities,
Same
and
people
marketing
from the restaurant
support
picture in El
alongside our
Paso?
local partners in the region, and they
Yes,
stay engaged
it's
from
exactly
start
like
to
that.
finish. A couple of things I'd love to mention with Tom
All we need is the one kid
that as
who's
far
the weird
as
blonde kid in a
license fee
wheelchair from the
meeting
Burger
room
King
rental,
kids.
we have incentives that we're offering to make the meeting space complimentary after the rebates are intact, as well as no food and beverage minimum at the convention center.
Can someone please ask the question about the Whole Foods and
Well, thank you
Pillars?
again for considering Richmond.
someone
We
please call the
believe
question?
that your convention would be a great success in the capital
Your
city of
convention
Virginia
for
while
insert
it's
name
during
here.
the active General Assembly session and just blocks from the Capitol. We'd be honored to welcome
Starfield,
you
I have
and
Amazon. I
also
can get a
welcome
giant
any
plushie any
questions
day,
that you all
anywhere.
have at this time.
Honestly, this LNC is so like disappointing that I actually expected
A
them
few
to pick
questions
Richmond
for me, then we'll go around the
for
room.
no reason.
What is
After it's
the
seeming like they hate it.
F&B minimum, and does that include the
She said
breakout
there's no F&B
sessions and
minimum.
other amenities? And also, what is your F&B, or excuse me, what is your gratuity as well?
So we're not setting any kind of F&B minimum. So there's not an F&B minimum.
They
you have to
literally
meet.
just said that,
So we're
Stephen.
waiving that.
Even I heard that.
And then the food, talking about the food gratuity. Right. It is. I want to say it is 21. I mean, that's part of their admin, but let me double check all that because I know a lot of times with Aramark is the food and beverage provider at the convention center.
I am
And
getting
so I know with
a report
their
that
fees and taxes, it's just about 30%.
there may not be a
but let me
hearing
double
for
check
Fresco.
to get that
So
clarification
we'll see.
for you.
And what is the actual cost for the space for the convention hall and breakout area?
Well, the actual rack rate on this is $92,000, but between Richmond Region Tourism and the convention center, our goal is to net it out to zero for you through
What about
rebates
Rehoboth
and through
Beach?
discount.
I used to go there as a kid.
Okay.
It's
you
basically
explain
a situation, it's based on you get 1,500 room nights, which is sort of we sort of took a look at your numbers.
That phrase is like fingernails on a
and,
chalkboard to me.
Try to lean it in your favor as much as
doesn't
possible
mean
to get
anything.
it past senior leadership. So it's like, hey, look, they've got to get this.
I know what it's supposed to mean, chat, before you start on me. It just doesn't.
And then I'm assuming
justifiably
based
mean
on
that.
the hotels in the area, we could communicate whether, how many hotel room nights we need, which will probably be about 1,200 rooms, not including the room nights, but about 800 to 1,200, we'll say. We'll call it 1,000.
Yeah, the original
we'll probably be on
ask
the higher
from the
side.
proposal, I think the 2 hotels came in. You mean on peak, or are you talking about total room nights?
I'm talking of rooms availability.
I think the original information we had looked at was for 400 rooms on peak. So that's why we have the 2 hotels that have bid with us. But if we need to expand that, we can look further into
400
downtown for
is-
additional properties.
Got it.
We've got 1,000
Okay.
people.
And what are the nearest hotels after the
I'm betting you
Marriott?
anything. This person did
that
not do
you're
any
partnered
homework
with?
whatsoever. This is a recycled
If you're
pitch.
looking for other convention, like bigger box hotels, we have a Delta property, which is a Marriott, which has 283
Well, I'd be
rooms.
sick. I get
And
that
we
cheap.
have a full service Omni, which has 369 rooms. But there's a number of other full service hotels that are nearby. Those are just the two largest ones that are close.
Okay. And I guess what I'm hearing is through the hotel contracts and whatever rebates, you're thinking basically there'd be zero expense for the convention center, hopefully. And then we'll just be discussing the room, the whatever our food and beverage purchase would be.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's for the rent. I mean, there's other ancillary
Richmond's
costs,
like,
obviously
look,
stages and those kind of things, but
we
the
know
actual
we're
rent
shit.
itself.
Right. But we'll give it to you real
Casey and
cheap
I wrote-
if you'll please just
looking
come
at
here.
it,
For the
we had
event
it at
space.
0.
Okay. And then as far as now, do you accept out of house AV?
So we do. If there's Encore is our in-house AV company, but you're welcome to bring in an outside AV company. But any rigging that's done inside the building, Encore does have to do that.
Yep,
But
there
as
we
far
go.
as like the actual production and stuff, that could be your team. But any rigging of the
Encore is
building has
always
to be done by
fucking
Encore.
expensive.
So
Well, yeah.
rigging, would that include stage setup
They
and
are
things
one
like
of
that?
the worst. in
Well, the
entire
stage
industry.
setup goes through the building itself, but the rigging, you talk about like hanging from the trusses, hanging from the ceiling, those kind of things. If it's ground support, that's not anything that your team could do that. But if it's
Gotcha.
hanging anything from the ceiling, Encore would need to do that.
Okay. And then what is the attrition rate for the 400 night hotel, the Marriott?
Both hotels offered 80% attrition.
Okay. And the Wi-Fi situation?
So we can sort of customize that, and that's what we've sort of done in the past. I know you were asking, like, we sort of want to see exactly what you need. We're not a smart city venue, so we can sort of customize to fit what you need.
We would like Wi-Fi for
just sort of
1,200
go from
people,
there.
plus the
If you
ability.
could get me Wi-Fi prices, because we're going to
That
get
might
about,
like
I mean, it's going to be
overpower
at least
Richmond's
1,000
grid.
devices
I
connected.
don't know, honestly.
And that's not including the media. That's not including, vendors, et cetera. So let's say, 1,200 devices. What kind of bandwidth we have on the Wi-Fi? That would be important if you can get us some information on that as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, I'll get that to
Not
you.
enough for an
And
LPALive
we've had,
stream.
just for a point of context, we've had over 20,000 people inside of our building,
Which is like a
for
legit
events
problem, right? We
at
would
one
like
time. So
all the
we have a pretty
major
wide scope
LP
of
streamers to be able to
capabilities for our
stream from the
internet, but I will
hotel.
get you the prices. In
Yeah,
the
we want
morning.
like an Instagram reel
Okay.
just for you guys
Excellent.
to love it.
All right, then we'll bring it around the room. Mr. McMahon, and then Mr. Boss, then Mr. Ford. Mr. McMahon?
So I have my list of questions. How much is the government theft taxation on rates?
So in Richmond, the tax comes out to be 16.3%.
So bad.
And I don't think, just to stay on that for a second, I don't think we heard room rate numbers for the two hotels.
We were hoping to share that with you all directly after the call.
Bullshit. Well, this is a public meeting, so
I think that would be open. I don't think that would be confidential for us, Mr. Chair. Am I wrong on that? I think
no,
that's
that's
something
correct,
that we would
Evan.
normally
I
have
think
to
that's a-
discuss openly.
I mean, the board would definitely
Steven.
need that information to make a decision, and I think our members would want to know what they're dealing with as well. Can that not?
It's just
is-
it's just a wide variety. So because they tiered some of the pricing, so I was just trying to
We
not
just
make
want to
it
know what the base
complicated.
price is, the lowest price, because that's what our members really care about is what's the lowest. The rich folks like, our chairman, he can buy whatever. But
entire
we
Wendy's.
really look at the lower end for those room rates.
So the lowest rate that was offered was to match government per diem by the Hilton for a portion of their block. Currently, I don't know what it'll be in 2028. Currently, that's 157 in the city of Richmond. But then the rates varied from there on up into 204 plus tax per night.
And was that both venues? is that just the one?
Yeah, both of them. So the Marriott came in their attendee rate at 204, their staff rate at 199. Then the Hilton did a portion at government per diem, and then they did their attendee rate at
my glasses hold up in the
199
bathroom.
for the additional rooms beyond the per diem.
Amanda's worried the glasses melt in bathrooms.
Firearms in
Very
Richmond
upset about this class.
carrying around.
Open carry state, Tom, facility wise.
Facility wise, that would just have to be a discussion. I've talked to our general manager at AGM. Overall, the policy within the building, just from our management company, is no, but they said it's open for discussion based on the situation of the event.
I believe our members would want the option to be able to carry within in all facilities if we can, if that's on the table. Accessibility in hotels would like to get find out and get confirmation that there are hotel rooms that are fully accessible, not just handrails, but actually roll-in shower, not walk-in shower, but wheelchair roll-in shower accessible.
Yes, I'll have to double check on that detail. I know they have ADA rooms. I just want to get the specifics for you.
Yeah, because people can say ADA and that can just mean handrails, but we do have people who are in wheelchairs that need to be able to roll into a shower and be able to move around their hotel room in a wheelchair. And then the
exactly right, Phil.
Suites. We saw the list of
the other one was like,
suites.
officially no firearms. We can
then,
probably get around that. These ones were
Subcontracting,
like,
I think you heard a
we
question
can talk about
earlier
it, maybe.
on moving forward, we may need to break the contract apart to have part of it the responsibility of a third party that would be working with us, but they would have to be responsible for it. Is that something that we can do?
I think there's definitely something that's workable. We would just have to do like an addendum to where you release the space and then they contract it type.
We actually can't do that. That was why I was very specific in it, is they have to be responsible for it. We legally can't be subleasing it to them.
Well, you wouldn't be you would be just releasing it. Like they would have, I mean, who would be paying for it? They would?
They would, yeah.
So I think that's much like El Paso. That's a discussion we can definitely work out over the next 2 years.
Okay. I just want to make sure that it's on the table, that we can
You
try to
don't
work
say
it out.
like our competitor.
I think
we could probably work through that.
The rest of my questions, actually, one other
Jesus.
question that I had was,
You just reminded everyone about your competitor.
it's great that we're trying to zero out, net zero on the convention space. There's no food and beverage minimum. What's the metric that we're using for success to zero the convention space, the room rental fees? What are we looking at to make that happen?
For us, it's room nights. Sorry,
Okay.
Tom, I didn't know you were talking.
No. Like Casey said, we're basing it on room nights for our portion of it. And well, Casey, I guess you were too, so I'll let you answer that.
Yep, exactly. So we're going to be offering it in a rebate type way. So it's based upon actualized room nights. So it can obviously grow. The bigger the convention, obviously can grow. And then Tom has a minimum room night associated with his discount portion,
Fair enough,
which
Jeff.
is 1,500 actualized room nights.
Okay, so that's on Tom's portion. What is it on your portion then?
Ours, yeah, so ours is a $22 rebate. So per actualized room night. So if you did 2,200 times $22, it comes out to be about $49,000. And his equates the other half. If you remember, he mentioned his rack rate. So it's about him taking on 50%, us taking on the other 50%.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Mr. Bost and Mr. Ford. Mr. Bost?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes. I want to touch back on the firearms question. In 2021, Virginia passed the localized gun control possibilities. Do any of those or where around parks or say special events or parades, the local cities could pass ordinances to ban firearms. Do you see any of that spilling into our operating area?
That's a question that we can definitely research for you. I know that I haven't really heard anything on that end. But Casey, I can definitely take a look at that and see.
Yeah, thank you. And for the group, the concern there would be something that might pop up without too much advance warning, or an area that would normally be open is now suddenly closed.
What mistake did I make?
How's it going, Phil?
Yeah, we can look into
you made a
that.
mistake. I said we
Absolutely.
did. You have to come to make sure that we're on task.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
All right, Mr. Ford.
So right now I don't even
Okay,
really know what's going on. Is this just like a pitch for
You
location?
answered my question already about the proximity.
It started
of,
with El Paso,
of restaurants.
which
By
seemed
the way, is
very
a restaurant called
okay.
Havana 59, I think
And
it was called?
now
Is that
we're
still
hearing about
open?
Richmond, which
Yes,
sounds like
it is. So if you want Cuban cigars for business.
Yeah, the our chair might find great intrigue there. I'll just leave it at that.
I know they put a bunch of restrictions.
Closer to
in,
Cuba than the
Virginia
nearest
on
Walmart,
carrying
so.
and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You guys also had a thing with, like, I went to a couple of restaurants that had baked spaghetti. It sounded weird, but it was incredibly good.
Sounds yummy.
And then
Oh, Pat, you're drunk.
the Quaker Meeting House. I've actually attended services there. But anyway, to the point, in terms of classroom style seating for the venue, we have our delegate count is going to be somewhere between, and it's going to be a presidential year, so this is going to be a hectic year for us.
Phil's here.
Between 900 and 1,100 people that we're going to need to sit
Phil-
classroom style. How many
Phil,
folks can sit classroom style on your tour?
I'm supposed to
And then
have been wearing my
love to have
glasses
little
for the
extra
past
spaces
2
here and there,
weeks.
nooks and crannies where people can meet,
to
or
try and
people
get used to
can,
I haven't done that.
we
So,
have some
like, I need
convention
to
functions that
cram
have to
for
take
my
place in terms of
optometrist
vote
appointment.
counting and things like that. So what's
Are
the
you just like
layout
putting
there?
it on and like looking at a bunch
So
of stuff? Is that
the
what
space
you're
we have blocked off, say, for your main
And like I'd move
session
back
type
and
thing,
forth with my face
is
to see where the
34,000
focus is
square
better.
feet. So if we did a classroom in there, we can get up to 2,000.
I swear to God, if they put the classroom style seats where you gotta like slide into like a little
we
desk.
still have 2 other halls to
I was
play
always the
with.
fat kid trying to
If
slide into those
the-
little desks.
You know, if the
I hate those
convention
desks.
grows,
Yeah,
like
well,
they
you'll
never
fall
give me
out of
enough
them.
to play
space.
with
They-
it. And hopefully it does grow.
You lean the wrong way and
Okay.
you're slipping
Yeah,
under that bar.
that is my main concern per se.
They don't give you enough
And
space
you're
for like
saying
your little tabletop.
this is the first time, by the way, that we're having a
Well,
February convention.
you have like
in
an entire novel
many
written on
years.
your desk, so that makes
And it's to
sense.
accommodate our presidential candidate. We're nervous about weather. It's a trade-off we're making. What, in terms of
What's the weather
having
going to be
go
like in
outside
2028
to go between
this
venues,
weekend?
You mentioned that the facility itself is multiple city blocks. What's the relationship geographically between the Marriott and other hotels and the actual convention space?
Is there a river that can flood
So,
that would cut people
Casey,
off
I'm
from
gonna tell you
attending?
one answer.
I
if there's
got
a
it.
flood?
I just didn't know if you, there were one part of it was about the building itself. Okay, so as far as the convention center is concerned, it is connected to the Marriott, so that's an interior pathway. And then the Hilton is across the street. The other hotels that we might have to consider, depending upon how many room nights you might need, they might be within a couple of blocks. And if we need to talk about transportation options, we can certainly do that. I can tell you that in February, average weather, you're looking at highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s. That's kind of the average weather in the region.
And what is the temperature there right now?
Well, today is a beautiful day. So let's see. It is
In Georgia.
55 degrees.
See, I feel bad for these
55
two
in
people
Richmond
on there.
right now.
Like, can you imagine
All right,
doing this
great,
for a
great.
job?
And
Dealing with a
something
bunch of
I
libertarian
didn't ask
autists
the other
worrying
folks,
about
I
every
should
single
have.
detail about the
The
convention.
cost
I
of
can't imagine doing this
transportation
for a job and
between
being as bad as
Richmond
these two.
Airport
In fairness, I don't
and
think they know that we're
the convention center
libertarians.
and I should say the Marriott,
They're like,
the main hotel.
is recreational
Yep,
cocaine
so it's
allowed
about a
on the
15-minute
premises?
drive outside of
How many
downtown,
vending
so an
machines
Uber is
for
going to
heroin
cost
do
you
you have?
about $20, $25. So it's not anything too outrageous.
It was funny that the second group seemed surprised when Evan asked again, "Are firearms
group,
allowed?"
so if you're,
Like
we talked about, 1,200
they
rooms
asked the
on
first one.
peak,
Why would they not ask the second?
even
Come on,
larger
guys.
than the 400. As soon as we get to more than a couple of hotels, we start talking about us covering transportation and taking on the cost for a group of that size.
You think she's the one driving the bus
And
to go from one hotel to the other
Carol,
one?
I didn't ask you that question. I'm flipping here. Your relationship with local media, as far as connections to them, whether it be the
Can you advertise for
we
us?
don't have the ability to talk to media ourselves.
tourist
Can you
authority,
get in touch with the
things like
news
that.
for us? We're
Can you tell them what liberty means?
behind the times.
It's a presidential year
Absolutely.
deal.
Yep, absolutely.
If the
That's
media are there, can we bring
exactly what
guns?
we're here for, to make those connections. We have a full service
Is
marketing.
the
PR
media armed?
department,
Can you
but
tell us?
Can we bring
also,
guns to the legislative session?
through our organization.
You told us the legislative session will be going on
within the government.
That's
and
why we need
media
to be
to
armed.
make those
Can
introductions.
we go over there with the
Okay.
media and the
All right,
armed?
that's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Is there any further questions from the committee? All right. Well, hearing none,
I really wish someone would just
Mr.
ask them. I gotta
Uphold
know, do you
and
guys do
Ms.
this
Armstrong, thank
professionally,
you
or is
so
this like a
much
hobby?
for your presentation. If all presenters could please send some of the information
Like,
that,
I don't know why we don't have
we
our own just
requested
like
to
committee of
us
people
or to
that
Mr.
work
Ford,
for
so we
the
can disseminate it amongst
for the
ourselves
LNC looking
as
the
soon as
Libertarian Party.
possible. That would be
aggregating the data.
fantastic.
Oh, you live in
And,
Philadelphia?
Ms.
What do you, where
Barajas,
can we
you
do
have your hand
conventions
raised?
there? You know, like I don't know. Like, how much is this costing? Are these people going to get like
Josie,
a huge
did you
cut?
wish to speak?
I apologize. The
Josie's
microphone
gonna
on
be
my
like, "Did I
laptop
win?"
is not working, so I'm comboing it between this and my phone, and it didn't want to pull up. I just wanted to touch base. I know Pat had those two questions. In regard to getting to downtown, you're maybe going to pay $10 to $15 for an Uber, if not less. And then the main hotel does have a shuttle that will pick you up and drop you off to the hotel.
Wait, so she doesn't work for them and she knows this?
Point I wanted to touch base on.
All right, well, thank you so much. I don't believe anybody from Fresno bothered to show up. So,
Not Fresno.
It's
according to the
Frisco,
agenda,
not Fresno.
we'll be
Fresno's even
moving
worse.
to
Trust
an
me.
email ballot via Vote, which will conclude within 48 hours of its start.
Look at the GRE in Fresno.
Mr. Chair.
And
How many options
yes,
were
Mr.
given for
McMahon.
like cities?
Actually, the second item was for us to have a board discussion.
They got it
Oh, I
down to
apologize.
3.
Okay.
So
So did
places
we?
in there. The 3 you're presenting.
So okay.
to
Well, in that
tonight.
case, I'm assuming it's
convention
public's
committee.
discussion.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and open the floor to any discussion.
3 they gave were
while our
Frisco.
presenters are still here
Hey.
and amongst ourselves.
Reportedly,
as
based
LNC.
on
And I would say you guys
sources I was
don't
speaking
have
to,
to stay because we're not going
sold
to be asking
out.
questions to you. This is just a discussion between board members, what our thoughts and feelings are.
Oh, they're going to talk behind the back.
Convention space
It's a public
that we were thinking about,
so.
And so we're left with only the 2.
Whatever you
El
guys want to do.
Paso
I mean, but if
and,
you do have a
Richmond.
discussion, if you have questions that come up after that, please send them to Casey. Sorry, Casey, I'm throwing that. I'm just.
See, he's committed to the bit. He's in the
Yeah,
hotel.
he's in the hotel.
Do you mind?
That
Maybe
man.
He's
it'd
showing
be
how
wise
great
we
it
can
is.
even send.
He's like, you
where
see
he
these
lives.
sheets? We washed these sheets recently.
Well,
with our
ultimately, it should all
tongues
be directed
like
to the
the
convention
Marcel.
anyway, but I'm sure if
Hand
anybody has any
sheets.
questions, it can go through Pat and then go to the speakers.
I want to know
Mr. Boss,
who
go
did
ahead.
the fireworks for Charlie Kirk Memorial by what's
Yes,
her name?
has anyone
And
been
have
in
fireworks at our convention very
a lot
similar to
of
that.
contact with the Fresno group? Is that
But I
something
feel-
we need to still consider?
And I want to come swinging out on some kind of swing.
I can answer
Oh,
that.
Mr. Go ahead.
So that was an interesting situation. They were the only people that
Wait, this is the guy that was like the roof's leaking, right? That in our
Yes.
clip.
I lost you, Mr.
You're cut
McKee.
out.
He's like, will the
Jonathan.
We can't hear
hotel
you,
be
Mr. McKee.
leaking?
Sorry, I get it.
Because we can't
The
solve
internet's
that.
shit. Hear me now.
I missed that.
Jonathan was like, I get it. My internet's shit.
Would you like to dial in through Josie's phone?
Oh, good lord. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, we
Yes.
Okay,
hear you.
good. Awesome.
It's like an
Okay.
AT&T commercial.
So the Frisco, the people with Frisco submitted 2 separate bids. one for President's Day weekend and one for a date in April. And it turns out that between the time we notified them that they were finalists and now, it
How did
turns
they
out
become
they no
finalists?
longer have availability for President's Day weekend. And so that's not going to be a possibility. So that's probably also why they did not show up.
Thank you.
They wouldn't want to hang out with libertarians just for the fun of it?
I would like to take a moment and thank Mr. McGee for his efforts on collating and collecting all this information. Went through a lot of proposals. He came up with metrics, did a lot of research. So I just want to
know which one it would be legally allowed to bring a tank to. And
I look forward to
I
adding
feel
more
like
work
those
in.
questions were not asked.
Where can I bring a
which
recreational nuke?
of your hotel rooms allow tanks on the convention floor?
Yeah.
Can I bring my child's recreational nuke?
Mr. McMahon?
How much flammable fluid am I allowed
So
to
I've
bring
got
with
a
me?
couple thoughts and feelings here. The first one is
Just me, or does Evan look like he has dreads?
if we did
that's
select
fair.
I feel
Richmond,
he looks
it's a
like he
damn
has
shame we
some
don't have a
like
building
awesome
there
hobbies
anymore.
that he just doesn't tell anybody about.
That could have
And they're like
been
his little secret.
very
Tell
Not entirely
synergistic,
wrong.
right?
for us to
It's just the
have that.
vibe.
But that's
You dunked
spilt
on.
milk under the bridge.
Like he probably has like very
thing.
obscure like
Looking
door
at the two
handles on his
proposals,
doors from like the 1910s.
I
Maybe.
do
Well, he
like
probably made them himself.
the El Paso
It's like a guy who makes door
40K
handles.
food and beverage minimum, and that
This
just by hitting
man
that food
is
and
a
beverage
food
minimum,
and
we have
beverage
we
minimum
know we're getting everything
master.
else.
Ask
free.
him about any hotel's food and beverage
Obviously, we're
minimum in
going
the
to hit a
country,
40K
and he can tell you.
F&B.
How?
I don't think we've ever in my
It's
lifetime
just a
had less
special
than
secret
that.
talent that he has.
Is it like one of those Rain
The
Man
bar
moments
might
where
get
like if
Yeah,
somebody
he's
throws
got like
up
an
a-
artistic obsession with food and beverage minima.
So, the
somebody like slides him a
variable
burger
with
and
the
fries from a
room
hotel and
rates,
he's
it's
like
hard to tell 'cause we
1172.
can't control people, doing
Burger with cheeseburger, burger with cheeseburger, burger without cheese, without cheese.
Airbnb or the budget hotel that's on the other side of the city, or I have friends in Crystal City. It's a trip, it'd be a drive, but that could be worth it for me. So having it based
Richmond to
off
Crystal
of a
City?
room
Bruh.
attrition rate, it kind of bothers me from a fiscal standpoint, because that's a metric that we've come close before to not hitting room rates. That's always a fear, knowing that this is tied to the food and bev that we're going to hit. I like that a lot better. There's some security in that, and
there's
knowing
a
that
20% cut on the food and bev, and we know
also
we're gonna.
it's there's some up in the air stuff there. The other thing is,
Who has the
while I
biggest
just said I'm concerned
Who
about
has
the
Mayo?
hitting the room attrition rate, also only having the 660
I want to start a service
rooms
where we
plus
start
suites
gambling on
available at the
things
two
related
hotels.
to
I think
party
that's
apparatus
significantly
happenings.
below peak day
I mean,
where
Like-
we would be. That's
basically
typically around 800 or so, which would
Like,
hurt
will
us
there be an
if
outburst,
people are going to further
and I
away
could
off
actually put
sites
money on
because they
it?
can't get rooms right there with us.
Will Austin attempt to
Um,
propose resolutions tonight anyhow?
Taxes are a little
Does
higher
Austin
there.
have his hand up right now for no reason?
As Mr.
And
Boss,
then, like,
I think it was
during-
Mr. Boss
during
pointed
convention,
out,
be
there
like,
is the uncertainty of
does
could the city
this
council
resolution take
invoke a
longer than 30 minutes to get through?
no guns policy.
I'm not even making this up.
even
We should do
temporarily.
an LPA fundraiser. We should try to make money that way by taking bets on
Well, we don't know.
various
We don't have a house
you know,
edge. It's going to be hard unless we
those
just take a
are all
flat cut.
concerns that I
No,
think
but, like,
should be,
we can
you know,
orchestrate some
taking,
things.
into
Like we can
account.
plant shit.
I do think that both
It's
proposals
polymarket,
are
but
actually
it's
really good.
It's like
You
a.
know, and I'm,
I can't come up with a word
nitpicking here a
that we
little
could
bit
use that
because
would
we
relate
have
to
two fairly
libertarianism.
good
But like the
proposals.
house
Polymarket
always
like
wins if you set the
PLLI.
betting up correctly, right?
I looked through the
Like,
history of the weather in
the
Richmond
payout
because
pays everybody who's bet,
everybody's
and then we
knee-jerk
get everything
reaction
else.
is
That's
God
true.
no, it will be freezing.
Like the odds are
Um,
automatically generated
But it's
based on the
actually
bet.
really like historically, it's not that bad. They got pounded a little bit this winter. This last storm, I think, dropped 8 inches. But who's going to complain
Hell
about
yeah,
8
it did.
inches?
Does his
I know it was coming.
Everywhere else in the
does his
country got
skirt
much
say radical
worse.
empathy?
Honestly, like that's a
Yes,
lot of
So
inches.
that's kind of where my thoughts and feelings are.
Like for
I
the
wonder-
average part of the country, 4 inches is a lot of snow.
That's
Look,
that's
they
where
all
I'm at.
say it's 4
Thanks.
inches. I want one that says
Thank you.
suicidal empathy. I would like to pay
Mine
on a
would
shirt.
say El Paso 17.5% taxes. Richmond 16.3. I think I got that right.
That's what I got.
It's not a huge difference. I know some states require that the sales tax
Is it
be
possible
applied
that
to
we
the
can
F-
evade
to the
the taxes
gratuity.
with your
I know that's the
hotel
case with
service?
Florida.
As long as the hotel allows us
I
to bring
would
guns,
ask
yes, we can evade the taxes.
if both the Richmond folks and the
Can we pay
El
with
Paso folks
crypto
can
and keep
confirm
this
if
off
sales
the
tax
books?
is included on the gratuity and how much that ends up being.
You are right, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
For some reason, I had 13% written down, and that was what I was
Gotcha.
going to. It does say 17.5. So
Gotcha.
they are higher on the room rate government theft.
I do appreciate the El Paso rooms being clustered somewhat together. I would like to know from the Richmond team how many room nights, to get to that peak room rate we were talking about, somewhere between 800 to 1,000 at least. How far away what is the room rate, and does that factor at all into the zeroing out as far as rebates is concerned?
Can I get a microwave and toaster in my room, please? Not a
Seems
toaster.
like Wi-Fi is available at the
Or
Richmond. We don't know the
refrigerator.
price
I
just
saw
yet. We're going to find
someone
out
put toaster
tomorrow.
in the chat.
El Paso, it's included, which
I don't care about toasters.
which is simple.
No, you need an air fryer. Those things are like
and
what the fuck am I going to fry in
as
an air
far
fryer?
as either location,
anything
we'll have to
is
discuss,
better with an air
in
fryer.
terms of
A nuke. My
breaking down
recreational nuke.
contracts
They
into with the third party is
captured
going
some
to handle,
sort
what
of
the LNC
genie
is
of
going to
sorts
handle
and put it in this
for
little black
the
box. And
events,
now you
for
can
the
fry things
exhibition
with the air.
space.
Do you understand the concept of an air fryer,
Both really
Amanda?
good contracts.
I do understand. I got my parents an air fryer.
There is some information I'm
one
going
time.
to be looking out
It's
for.
like I knew my dad would
from
love
the
it, and
two
he does.
venues,
He'll text
but
me whenever he
other
makes
than
something in
that,
the air fryer. He's adorable.
I'll leave it up to everyone else
Look
to
how
discuss.
crispy this got.
Mr.
Like, I put broccoli in the air fryer.
Here, Nikhil, I just want you to know I just went through a drive-through Wendy's thinking of you.
Oh my God, no one cares.
I felt warm and special inside.
There you go. The wrap is excellent.
Pat Ford
Let's
cracks
talk
me up.
about
I'm not
the
gonna
location
lie.
politically.
Just his whole aesthetic.
I love the idea. I love Richmond. I've spent a lot of time there over the years.
He's like,
you can probably tell.
every single time
It's a
somebody
great
brings up a city,
And
he's like,
again,
I
both-
remember this
both
happened
offers
there.
Great. And if they're on the phone,
It's like a
still,
blue collar
I'd like to
dad
thank
that's like,
both
I
of
did
them
the
for putting
plumbing
all
in
the
that
time
house.
That they did, and the enthusiasm too. That was great. I love the idea of a Texas convention.
The LNC is simultaneously
of
a
reasons.
more and less
First of all,
entertaining place
I will say
because
the
Pat
weather.
Ford-
If we get snow in February in Texas, we're screwed anyway. So it eliminates any consideration of the weather whatsoever. I think El Paso, from what I've read, is there's real potential there for us as an organization to really make some noise.
There's real potential
I think
in
it's
El
great
Paso.
that the El Paso folks stepped up and have already reached out.
Noise we would make is if we go
Convention
across the
Visitor
border in
Bureau.
Juarez
And that none of
fucking
this
get
is
shot
any
at.
shade on
The noise I'm
on
going to make
Virginia.
is if
But
I don't
I
get
think
a
we were
microwave
due for
and
a
a refrigerator
Texas
in my
convention.
hotel room, and there's no Pillars yogurt within
It got
walking distance.
taken away from us by the
These
JW
are
Marriott
simple,
in Austin.
simple requests.
For those of us who are newer.
Dude, I don't get it. When
think
I'm
it's
going
a great
on
opportunity down there to go
LP
back
Alliance's
down
Twitter, it does not show
there. And
like this,
its proximity to New
this
Mexico
streamline.
and an important part of the country for us politically, I think needs to be considered. So
Shows live for me.
It shows live in the top, but you can't like find the post to like reshare it.
I was telling him that earlier. He didn't believe me.
Redpath and Mr. Boss.
You just
Mr.
click it,
Redpath.
and then you
See,
hit
Kyle,
share.
I told
Thank
you.
you. I am very intrigued
perfectly
by
normal.
El Paso.
Maybe for
and
you, with the
running
algorithm's messing with
Never
you.
had
this
it.
year, doing it President's Day weekend in so much of the country. But I really think the elephant in the room here is drivability. I really do. I think that the drivability of the Richmond location is vastly superior to the drivability of the El Paso location, and people are going to be locked into flying with some exceptions. But by and large, our membership is going to be locked into flying, and we
By
don't
and
know
large, membership
we
will
don't know what'll
also
happen
be
to
flying,
airfares. But what if
not
airfares
driving.
spike in the interim? That
What
is
if gas
something
prices
to
spike?
I don't know. I think
not worry about, but be
it's still going to
concerned
be way
about,
cheaper
but,
to like go from anywhere in
that
Pennsylvania
is
to
a
Richmond,
major
New
advantage
York
for
to
Richmond, and I think that could be
Well,
really,
yeah, but if
really
it's more than like
helpful
an
to a lot
8-hour
of
drive, and people are
LP
probably gonna be like stopping
convention
overnight or
goers.
whatever, 10-hour drive.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been
Mr.
debating if I'm going to
Boston,
fly
Mr.
or drive
McMahon?
to Michigan or not. It's like 8
Oh,
hours.
I just
from
want
me.
to say, Otto wanted back in the room if he's trying to get in.
I already let him in.
Mr. McMahon and then Mr. Dar.
So that is a question I didn't notice. And Mr. Dar, you probably know this. What is the closest airport to El Paso? And if it's too far away, can we get
Joe.
your commitment, Mr. Dar, to
I co-sign that.
ferry people from that airport to the El Paso convention?
The Josie could probably say more, but the El Paso airport, I want to say, is around, what is that, 2 miles away?
Is it? I mean, but is it? How many hubs does it have, or
A lot.
who's flying in there?
They showed a little chart.
Oh,
They
who's
showed a
flying in
chart,
there? Let
Evan.
me see.
There was a
I-
chart.
I just got the presentation sent over to me.
Yeah, there's a picture and
So
everything.
I'm trying to look at.
Yeah,
It's a
not
I remember
6-hour,
seeing that in
5-hour
there
drive
because
or
I normally
flight
just fly
from Chicago.
Southwest there for less than $100.
Mr. Chair, can we recognize Ms. Barra?
Yes.
Gentlemen, so the airport is it's under 10 miles to get to the downtown. I
Okay.
think it's closer to like 6.
Okay.
And then you have every major airline there: United, Delta, Southwest, American. It's not tiny, but it's easy to navigate.
Joe, I will not walk
And I
2
did
miles.
look up on my
No,
end.
you need a ride.
It looks like Houston is the puddle hop from Miami. So I'm assuming that is the nearest
In Texas?
regional airport.
Texas,
There's a
mile
few
walk. No, thank you.
depending on who you're flying with. So there's either Houston Hobby, Dallas Love, DFW, Austin, and then
Yeah, 2 miles is anything.
George Bush in Houston.
Doesn't Southwest go to San Antonio, or am I mistaken that?
Oh, no, that's correct. Southwest is also another availability.
I visited Houston in the middle of the summer once and almost died walking from the car to a building. So I don't know.
I did get stopped by
any further
magpies in
questions?
Texas. Texas takes forever to drive through. I think I might still be driving through Texas.
No. Mr. Dar?
And did I hear correctly for Richmond, it was Encore that was their only AV option earlier?
Encore is.
I get it,
the
Joe.
note that I had from Richmond. Okay.
Yes.
Well, can I answer? I don't want to just speak out of turn.
Go ahead, Mr. Uphold.
Encore is the one in the building. We have several AV companies that we can put you in touch with locally. They're just the one that is the preferred. But we have two other AV
Encore has
companies
to hang
in
the
the
shit,
area
though.
that do a lot of business
He did say
inside the
that.
center that we can definitely get you in touch with.
So we wouldn't
I
be
don't know why, but I
restricted to
trust
Encore?
that guy.
Not unless it's rigging, not unless you're hanging stuff from the ceiling.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I didn't do one.
Just wanted to clarify it. I
don't trust his
making
eyebrows.
sure I heard correct.
No, I trust him. I feel like
All right.
I feel like
Is there
he
any further discussion by the body?
lives this,
I would say
lives
just,
and breathes this
looking
in
at
that room.
I mean, he lives in that hotel room, so
That's my point.
Expedia from Indianapolis, which is going to be kind of a bellwether for most of the Midwestern states. From Indianapolis to El Paso, there
it's
are
in Virginia, I
no
might be able to just stay with
direct
family.
flights. Yeah, so just bear that in mind. Most of them have 2 stops. No, that's not true. I've got quite a few 1-stop options here, so that's good. And they look like they're around $400. Now I'm pricing this. I did it for, in April of this year. So just moved it a little bit out. Because, you're not going to be able to look at 2028. But it looks like the average pricing is around $400 to $500 round trip from the Midwest.
isn't Texas
Richmond, I
dry
think
heat
if I
anyhow?
could
Like
do
you're not going to
Richmond,
have
I'm
trouble
taking the
walking
train.
in the dry heat.
I love that train ride. Which would be significantly more than the flight, just FYI. Trains are not cheap.
Yeah, it looks like just from my lookup, anywhere where you can get to Houston, San Antonio, or DFW on a direct flight, or at least from my perspective,
Richmond's only like a
Houston
5-hour
for me,
drive from me, so that
on
would
the
be
East
dope.
Coast in Florida. You're taking another stop to there to get to El Paso, kind of like Reno. You have to stop in Las Vegas, or for me, you went to Houston and then California and then Vegas and then Reno. But okay, all right. If there's no further discussion, then I believe the next agenda item is simply acknowledging the vote structure. Is that we'll have to vote on that?
It'd be a motion it'd be moved to vote in that method.
Okay.
But it could be without objection.
Gotcha. Is there Mr. Ford, you have your hand raised?
I'm surprised Austin
Yeah, I'm
Martin
just
doesn't have his
wondering,
hand
given
up.
the fact that folks have made informational requests of both Richmond and El Paso, should we extend the vote to 3 days?
Well, we will be adopting, so this next item will be a motion. If it is moved and seconded, we can move on to discussion. And then if anybody would like to make it 3 days, they're more than welcome to do so.
I could also delay sending out the vote by 24 hours. Because the vote has to remain open for 48
locate
hours.
these countries on a map.
So we don't want to do it today.
They're not going to have time
I
to
could
read the
wait
names
24 hours.
of the convention
Could I
sites.
move it by OPA vote or by email
It
ballot?
is by OPA vote.
OPA vote. Perfect. Yeah.
So
I would move that by OPA vote.
okay, so we have a motion. Mr. Morton, did you want to move the motion that's currently there, and then it can be discussed and
Yeah. Before I finish, does 3 days sound good to everybody?
I would just leave it at the 2, and the secretary pledges to not start it for 24.
With the understanding that it won't start for 24 hours from now, then I would move that an OPA vote be open for 48 hours after the 24-hour period to determine the question.
So the motion that
I
was
want to say
included in the
things
notice,
that other people have
the
already
motion
said.
was, to vote via OPA vote.
So true.
Keep it open for 48 hours.
More obnoxiously.
Requires a majority vote.
What are they going to succeed at, Joe?
If no
And
one
also conspiracy
achieves a
insinuations.
majority vote, it moves to a second round of voting where the lowest vote getter is dropped off. But it does include all 3 locations.
you would need to move it as
yourself,
presented in the agenda, but then it can be discussed and amended later.
I'm telling you, that's an autocorrect. I've never
order?
seen it from Joe Hanush.
No, I mean, are you moving it that way, Mr. Martin?
It is true
You're
that
right.
the God King
So-
module is.
So
Joe
Mr.
doesn't
Martin
have
moves
the
the
word succeed
motion.
either.
There's a second. We're now into discussion.
I literally just slam
I
keys
see
on my
some
phone
hands
and
raised.
whatever
We'll
it
go to
wants
Mr.
to do,
Ford,
it
then
does.
Mr. McKee, and then Mr. Martin. Mr. Ford.
Like I said, well,
Okay.
I love the secretary's approach to this. It makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. McKee.
McGee's
We
internet
can't
sucks,
hear you.
remember?
There you go.
Sorry, I was on mute. So given that Frisco's not really in consideration anymore, I would like to amend that to only consider El Paso and Richmond, which eliminates the need for any potential further voting after the initial round.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the amendment?
I somewhat feel like
I think that makes
nobody
sense.
pressured any of these people to get a lower price.
Hearing no objection.
Offline before this meeting being
repeat the
haggling with
amendment,
them, you know?
proposed amendment. I'm not
So
sure.
the amendment would
We're dropping
strike,
Frisco.
the amendment would strike Frisco. So it only
there's
be 2
easy
options,
ways
and
we
would
could
also
lower it. We could be
strike
like, we know
the,
where your family lives.
If
you know,
no one getting
and
a
they could
majority moving
maybe
to
give
a
us
second
20%
ballot.
off.
Because
See, this is
the
why we
2
include
options
the
are going to
LNC
have
bill.
they're going to have a majority.
Having not had full time to consider everything that's been presented, I think I would object to that because there's no reason not to just include it. Is there?
They didn't make a presentation.
I
We don't.
knew
and
they didn't make
they're not
the- I'm
available.
sorry.
Right.
I was not present at the first part of this meeting because I was in the Senate hearing. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Frisco did not come to the meeting, and they actually retracted their offer for President's Day weekend in February of
If
2028.
Austin was
So
employed,
we
not
could
surprised.
vote
where
yes for them,
would he
but we
be
would end up
employed?
with no convention if we did.
Frisco. It wasn't meant to be.
Mr. Hirsch.
Probably hospitality.
Don't forget
Weird.
that NODA is
Hospitality.
always on the ballot, so it might not be a majority.
That actually would be true. NODA would be on there automatically, so a member could reject both presentations, and then we would be back at square one if that happened. So actually, I think maybe the motion,
wouldn't submitting the ballot but not selecting anything be a NODA?
That'd be an abstention. It's not the same. NODA is a
No, it'd
vote
be a
against
non-vote.
both.
Abstention is different.
Abstention could be because, you work for the El Paso hotel.
I feel like Stephen
Would you
knows
like to make an
as
amendment to
much
the amendment?
parliamentary process as me.
I would move to keep the majority vote clause back in, but still striking Fresno. So I would move it to only strike Fresno. Frisco.
Second.
As long as
All right,
NODA is preserved, we should definitely preserve NODA. Thank you.
Any discussion on the amendment to the amendment? Any
Tell 'em your
objection?
mom's amendment.
Hearing none, the amendment is amended. We're now back onto the amendment. Is there any further discussion? Is there any objection to the amendment? Hearing
I told
none, the
you guys
amendment
how much I
passes.
hate this
We'll
sort of
on to the
stuff,
main
right?
Motion and back onto discussion.
To clarify, the main motion is to move to an OPA vote for the site selection for the 2028 LNC convention. The options are
One time in
El Paso,
bylaws,
Texas, and
they did an
Richmond,
amendment to the
Virginia.
amendment to the amendment,
The
and I
vote
realized
shall
they were
remain
doing
open
it,
for 48
and I didn't
hours
say
via OPA
anything.
vote.
Came back to bite me because
Majority
then we had
is
to do the vote
required.
all
If
over
no
again in the next
majority
meeting.
is reached, move to a second ballot
Like,
with the lowest vote getter being removed.
I don't understand
right,
how
that's the
procedure
motion.
matters if consensus is formed.
Is there any objection
and a
to the
vote.
motion?
I just don't.
I mean, I agree with you, man.
Hearing no objection, motion passes. I believe
Question.
that's the end of our. Yes. Well,
If
you
NODA
technically. Yeah, go ahead.
NODA can't get, no, it's probably too late to object, but NODA doesn't get kicked off the ballot.
No, NODA never gets kicked off the ballot.
That's how NODA works.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, I shouldn't have said anything, as you guys already know that.
Question for the body, just as a secretary doing the thing here. Do you guys want me to send this out tomorrow night? Or would you want me to start the vote Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern?
I think there's some questions that we want to get back from the both convention sites.
So give it a little bit more time, Wednesday or Thursday morning, 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that will start the 48-hour clock. Ms. Robson, sorry, I'm not in charge of this meeting. I apologize. Just started calling on people. Sorry, Stephen.
Well, technically, Ms. Robson and Mr. Koffel, is this because technically the orders of the day have us at adjournment? Is this something that we can discuss after the call is over? Or is this a point of okay, I see hands going down. All right. So the next item is adjournment. The chair is now
move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Any objection? All right, hearing none, we're adjourned at 9:05 p.m. Thank you so much to our presenters, and thank you everybody on the LNC. Expect a ballot sometime over the next day and a half.
I feel like 2028, like it kind of needs to be a big year.
The recording has stopped.
It's kind of weird that we didn't pick like a major city.
Would want you to do it like after the 24 hours just because of things.
Yes,
That's all I was going to say before.
My thing was relatively simple. It was I didn't see hear, I guess, the explicit wording of the motion. Was it 24 hours from? That was like at 9 p.m. Eastern. So
it's no. So what it is?
You want to be that
is
nitpicky?
Because once I start it, it becomes 2 days, and it's 11:59 p.m. Pacific time is when that closes, because that's our procedure for making something close, unless somebody specifically moves something to close at like 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. The standard is, well, we say 48 hours, we consider that 2 days. So like while I'm doing this at 8 a.m.
Honestly, I'm offended too, Joe.
The ballot would end up closing Friday evening
Understood. Thank you for
at
clarifying.
11:59 Pacific. And I do calculate when you guys vote or put messages or vote in email ballots, I look to see what time was it Pacific. I got nothing else, but we're in free mode.
Somebody
You guys
asked
are going
me,
to have to look at the YouTube from today's Senate committee hearings. We were looking at the bill that I wrote, and I
Even
chimed
should
in.
thank
And I
us.
was like, "Yeah, I was part of the original concept of this," and told them a little bit about the backstory and why we support the checks and balances as libertarians to prevent, Trump from just deploying the National Guard in states for, So this is a really good check. And it was so funny. All the other testifiers afterwards all shared the word embarrassment. They were all embarrassed that they have to pass this and they have to do this. And it's such an awkward position, they said. And I know at least part of that is because the libertarians proposed it and then bullied them into doing
no,
it. So
they're embarrassed
we're
of the
really,
fact
really
that the
happy about
country
that.
is
And it's
having
hilarious to
the
watch.
National
It's gotten
Guard show up in
looks like it's
various
got a lot of
states
support.
and storm
So
buildings.
I think we're gonna pass it. So yeehaw.
It's kind of like the Epstein Transparency Act. They can't say no to it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you can kind of find that niche in the political discourse where you can like jam a crowbar into it and get some leverage, you can do some interesting stuff, and then they all get to just react to you, and it's great. And then it's fun.
I mean, I think it's a good bill, but
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's really
see
exciting. It's hilarious, man. I'm gonna have to clip some stuff off that and go through it online.
Awesome. Mr. Woodcraft, you had your hand raised?
There we go.
Brian,
Thanks,
you're on
Mr.
mute.
Chair. I appreciate it. Hey, I just want to let you know that I'm going to hang out on the line. If anybody has any questions about the political environment of El Paso, some of the gains we've made from a libertarian ideology perspective here in the community, anything from a boots on the ground perspective, I'm more than willing to answer those for you from my perspective. But I also know that Miss Josie has a follow-up to one of your RFIs. So if able, I'd like to pass the baton to her so she can give you some updated information.
That fellow's elected, right?
Okay.
That's the Ryan
Ms.
Woodcraft?
Barajas?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I did hear back from my food and beverage director. We do not charge gratuity, and the sales tax is just the standard 8.25. So that would be all you have on the food and beverage, no gratuity.
No gratuity, and then
No, sir.
8.25%?
Sales tax, yes, sir.
That's a first. Okay.
We're a weird place, but we're a fun place. And if anybody does have questions in regard, I guess, with the big fun questions about immigration, on a personal, visit El Paso person, my mother runs one of the immigrant children's shelters there. So I get a lot of background on that area for you if you have questions.
Okay. Interesting. Have you guys had any experience with the CBP and ICE in your community? Has it been an issue?
See a bunch of Magatarians just
Unfortunately,
screeched and like, there are immigrants there? How will I
they're going
survive?
to work
The
sites
5-year-old immigrant will
first
end
and
up
taking
raping and
people away
murdering
from
us.
work.
Vetting procedure.
And then, these kids that are in the immigration shelters, they age out at 18. So they do have to deal with getting picked up by CVB, ICE showing up at the facility. They've made it more difficult for these kids to get to their sponsors. So a lot of the sponsors that are here,
lady's
they're
kinda
also
based, I think.
undocumented, but they're here, they're working. That's the only goal. Work, pay off whatever debt they have and start taking care of the family. So now they've done this where CBP ICE is telling them you have to show up here, provide your ID, and then the second they show up, they're taking them away. So these kids lose their placement and they're just stuck in the system again.
Oh yeah, this lady's based. We could convert her for
I
sure.
spent a lot of time in Deming, New Mexico, which is
Mhm.
also very much, I don't know, it's a small town. But, what was stunning to me was the first time I was there was that the Mexican children attend school at the Deming, New Mexico school district. Talk about, if you will, about this concept of a binational city.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have a bunch of kids that cross the border every day and go to school. When I was growing up, I was on like city swim leagues, and so we had girls that would go to school during the day, come do the city swim league, and then get home super late and do it all over again 5 days a week.
So it's
and those people
we
that
have,
are
you know,
coming here
I'm
and
up in
doing
Rhode
all that
Island.
work,
We have a completely different perspective on the border.
they just want welfare payments. That's all it is. They don't, you know.
Tell me if I'm right or
people trying
wrong.
to live their
It
life
strikes me
freely.
that it's much more, the border is much more mundane if you live in a city like El Paso. It's just kind of there. It looms large, but it's not this, I don't know, larger than life.
It really isn't. It's just like it is what it is. We're literally one community. It's
Oh, you can
the
see he just
culture.
turned his camera
Everybody's
back on. He's
ingrained.
like,
We all know
but
that
do
we're
you
just
know
working
if
to
those little children
take care of our families, have a
are
better
here to-
life, and
They're
put some
illegals.
damn food on
Yeah.
the table.
Those
The
children should be
border
in
wall's been there
prison.
since
They're diluting.
before Trump and
They're
all this
diluting
nonsense.
the culture.
It just is what it is. We just have to
Our
deal with all the
collective
backlash from the
resources.
media, both
Those
right,
children
left, and
are
everything
putting
in between.
Chemicals in the water, turn the freaking frogs gay.
I was just interviewing, and it's on YouTube today, an immigration attorney down here in Key West, where I live. And because Florida, and this is the same for Hawaii, so Mr. Martin, you'd appreciate this, we're
don't
within
know that
100
Key
miles
West-
of the border within the entire state. So essentially,
Oh, you didn't know
Congress
about the
has
100
decided that
mile
you get to
zone,
lose
dude?
your Fourth Amendment right, even though it's unconstitutional. So they can pull you over. They can, if they
I've
think
never
you're
lived outside
suspicious,
the 100 mile
somebody
zone.
standing there pumping gas, they can
I think I am also
decide to have them show papers, etc.
But
And
I live
Most of
like
the Eastern Seaboard is, yeah.
what's scary
try
is,
to,
and what's sad, what people have to realize is that
they
the
try to violate it
definition of a
here,
criminal
you know.
is anybody who is
There are
in
other
processing
amendments.
for a green card, has a pending asylum case, even though they've been allowed to legally be here up until very recently, somehow now they're criminals. So they can get detained and decide to fight it within
See,
detention
Austin's
for
mad.
the next 6 months, a year plus, or they give up and they choose to self-deport
I
and go
thought that
back
people just
to
knew about that.
whatever country they either originated in, or if they have dual citizenship in another country like Brazil or
people that are
Chile, they send them back there.
anti-immigration know anything about
So the whole
immigration. That's
situation
kind of the
is really interesting, really terrible. And a lot of families down here have been affected by it. We had a family with 2 kids. They have 2 businesses down here. Their kids graduated from the local high school, and they were all sent to a facility, separate facilities, one in Texas, I think possibly near El Paso, and another one in Alligator, Alcatraz for the young boy, 18 years old,
Dude,
young
you know
man.
who's been doing
And
crazy
so
work
the
down
family's
there?
been separated, and he's it's just a whole situation, and there's countless stories like that.
Vermin Supreme.
Yeah.
So it's a terrible situation, and neither
speaking of
party
ICE,
isn't interested
LP
in
Georgia
fixing
is
the
now setting up
immigration
protests.
problem, which has to happen
So
at the congressional level.
that's what happens when
and the
you
executive
get
branch
people
has
in charge
taken a lot of
your
authority and power
state
upon
affiliates
itself to
don't
make things worse, and
Yay.
to take unilateral authority over it.
And you're correct that there's a huge problem here to fix. It's not simple, and the inhumanity of the system is
gosh,
part of what
awesome.
contributes to the overall
Look at Ryan just staring straight down and not looking up.
extremeness of all of
man, I
this.
love Ryan.
Because if you separate the idea
Ryan
of
leaning back
how
and
we're
grinning.
treating
Oh.
people
Why is this
with
still
regard to
happening?
immigration enforcement
Hey, Kyle,
versus the
didn't you
severity
give some
and
money to
how
Ryan?
that historically should be
I gave some
dealt
money to
with.
Ryan Woodcraft because Ryan
There's a
Woodcraft,
huge disparity, and
historic
that's a
victory
problem.
in El
And it's
Paso
not
is awesome.
it's not a complicated thing to like
So
articulate.
you got to lobby him
Let's
right
go
It's
Ryan
now
very
just to
complicated to
try to
fix
shut down
because
Austin.
on the side of how do we fix this, most of the propositions are suggesting ideas that could undermine our political
Look, presentation
self-determination
lady, just run
and
now.
go too
He's
far,
not
in my
gonna stop.
opinion,
all of these
for what could
little
realistically
5-year-olds
be
that come
accomplished
here,
based
they're
on
all
our
gonna vote
country's
socialist
composition
in
and
20
history.
years
I grew up on the
because
border
we can't
too.
sell
Actually,
liberty.
I grew up a long way from the border in my early childhood. North Texas is not quite
Did
near
he
the
just
border,
say he grew up on the border and then
but
say
it's also
long
not
way
far.
from the border?
And
He
San
said in North
Antonio and
Texas.
getting down into South Texas,
What?
and I have a
I don't
ton
know
of
if anybody
family in
knows how big
Harlingen.
Texas is, but
Texas,
it's north. It's
I'll
pretty
tell
far
you,
from the
not
border.
No one ever drives
the
out of
border
Texas.
is a difficult thing. It is a thing that you have to live
The
with.
border is a
And
difficult thing.
lawlessness and total like corruption that comes across, not just across the border from somewhere else,
Gosh,
but from
can
within our
we
own
mute
government.
him?
Oh my god!
Right? They will abuse the
Someone
fact
tear
that
him a
they
new
can
one.
use this
He
border,
doesn't speak for
right,
us.
to sell unfair favors and
I'm
to do
talking
all
about
kinds
like
of
in
untold
front of the
harms.
presenter.
So
We
we
were
have to
making
be able to
friends.
responsibly stand
real life?
against the abuse
What?
while also
in
maintaining
real
what's
life.
necessary for us to remain free or be free in
What's
the first
wild
place.
is that, like,
it's arguable whether or
most
not we are now.
immigrants are fleeing socialism.
And I think
but
that,
they're
that
gonna
in order to fix that,
they're
it's
gonna
going to
create
take a
state
really
socialist
responsible
systems
approach. I
here.
personally love,
Wild
if we
is
were
that
in,
Austin is
we
still
had it in
talking
the
right now.
political window right now to change things for
Oh my
real.
gosh.
I would love a sponsorship program like I've heard proposed by many libertarians. I love that
And like
concept.
what I
wonder
want
who
to
originally
sponsor is
proposed
another
it. I
Trump
think it goes way
presidency.
back. I think
What's up, Nathan?
I think actually some of
He
the
wants
great
to sponsor
economists
RFK, guys.
Anyway, I think that in order to fix it, though, you have to get the country there to where
This
they're
man,
ready to fix it. And
Austin, will
if you try to
look
do that
to
now, at
you
least
must follow
half
the law
think
more
that
than
that would
any
be
libertarian
the very
I've
end
ever
of the
met.
world.
Austin just let us know that as someone who is
because there's
relatively
this
near the border, as in
complex
that you're a
problem
state that's on the
and
border,
a lot of military concerns
you hate
and
all
strategic
immigrants because they're
concerns.
taking your gerbs.
So
what are your
we
thoughts?
can't just ride over those and ignore them. We have to find a way to responsibly address them and strike a leadership tone that, you know, isn't the right and isn't the left, but actually presents a real
And
solution.
I bring a
and then
sort
how
of
to play
unemployed
off
tone to that
their
leadership.
fight over this in order to make good liberty outcomes. I think a
I bring
realistic
an
outcome is
unemployed,
enforce the
meth
Fourth
addled
Amendment.
tone.
Make the Fourth Amendment count, right? And I think that's something that we can actually do. I think we can get a bill like the one that I proposed in the federal
I
legislature.
feel bad that like I
We can
gave
get
this guy,
airtime on
like,
that.
a
We
pretty
can
big
definitely,
chance to
if we're
try to,
smart
like,
about how
olive
we do
branch
it,
work with us.
I think there's an appetite to pass something like that.
I don't
Because
know,
I
Nathan.
think
bear with me.
the El
This
Paso
would
people might be
fix
ready to withdraw
the
their bid.
near-term problem and de-escalate it and make
Is he
systemic
still
solutions
talking?
possible if we could
Yeah,
get people
what
to
what
put
he's
down
all of this really
the
means is
excessive
that he's
force
supportive of
and draw
ICE
a hard
and
line
like
and say this is the restriction that's in the Constitution. Like it or not, accept the Constitution or not, whatever you think about it, it's better than what we
But
got
also
now,
we're supposed
right? And if we
to
can get
be worried
there
about their
and get
doesn't
people to
allow
agree on
any
that,
immigrants.
the next step is easier. And we've built the buy-in nationally and the credibility nationally to be able to present a systemic overhaul. And that could be powerful in elections. That could be powerful for our reputation. So I want to see
Do
that
it, dude.
happen. I also
Cut
don't
in,
want to see
man.
us ride over the concerns over things
All
like
right,
national
somebody's got to mute Amanda
right?
here.
Because that is important. If we're in a world where unfortunately there are realities that come from elsewhere, we need
Oh,
to
I
be
have
able
power.
to take those seriously and deal with those structural challenges without resorting to presuming that it's xenophobia, right? Because we want to be open, and in order to be open, we have to preserve the rule of law, and the rule of law has to be based on the basic principles of justice. I don't want to keep rambling at you, but I agree.
Can I dive in with a serious question?
Sure.
All right.
No.
First of all, Josie,
Yes, sir.
if you were going to recommend, again, I've
restaurant.
spent some time in the Southwest, and it's wild to me how different cuisines are
Oh my
between
gosh,
different parts
right.
of South Texas and New Mexico.
So,
Joe.
If you were to tell someone where to go in El Paso, that's local, not a tourist joint.
I'm
Maybe
so
the
vindicated
food's
right
a little
now.
dangerous. All right.
Did I not just say a
little
restaurant?
adventurous? Where would you send them, and what would you have them order?
I mean, it's a little tourist trappy, but it's not really an actual tourist trap. It's called LNJ's. So it's the nickname is the old place by the graveyard. It's literally across the street from the oldest graveyard that we have. You have Buffalo Soldiers, gunslingers there. That place is like super. It's like
You
practically
can tell
haunted
because they
at
brought
that
a football
point.
team.
But they have really good food. You can't go wrong with anything you order there.
Can
That
someone
that place is the
please
best. I have a
where the
94-year-old
nearest,
uncle that knew the
where I can
family.
find the nearest
Him and his
Hiller's
friends would
Drinkable
do
Creek
their
yogurt.
church, and then
I'm gonna
Thursday
turn this down a
afterwards,
little
they
bit
would
so
go
we
over
can
there, and then they would get
Yeah,
we can
thank you,
talk.
Phil.
This was
Their thing was always telling the bartenders, nurse,
man, like I don't
and then asking for another.
like this lady Josie was going on like straight up libertarian speech about immigrants and their suffering. And then Austin went on for 20 minutes to basically say, we got to care about humanity, but also we got to worry about Democrats winning over the Republicans, because that would be worse.
Because libertarians are Republicans, but cooler because they smoke weed.
And also, like, we must not have lawlessness because all the laws on the books were voted for, and even if they violate rights, they're
High
valid.
school had a mariachi band that was actually on.
The fuck is he talking about mariachi bands?
honestly, let him flourish. He is in his element right now. I guarantee you.
Oh, absolutely. And we can
Like
make sure that we have
when
a
he's
reaction
pushing
bag
his
for you while
cart
they're
back from shopping and somebody else walks by, he passes it to them and says, "I got it warmed up for you." Like the
He's
straight
like-
up dad jokes.
No, you know what? He's going to be like, if you could recommend
call you.
one aisle to
Excellent.
shop
Mr. Woodcraft?
at this grocery store.
Hey, thanks again. So for the sentiments that Mr. Martin was talking about, I think that's a prime reason why El Paso should be, and I know I guess technically we're top 2, not top 3 anymore. But when you look at the political
Nathan, I
environment,
responded
where
to
El
your
Paso sits, if you look at
your
our
guys'
political
affiliate kind of a comment
the
back and never
overwhelming
got a
vast
response, and it was
majority
like
of
deep
lifelong Democrats here, we're a
philosophy
blue county in a
discussion.
red state. The
And,
overwhelming
I'm
vast
sad about
majority of
it.
Democrats here are your JFK style blue dog Democrats. They're very moderate.
Ryan is
overwhelming
rebutting
vast
Austin.
majority
You
of
might want to turn up a little
Republicans
bit.
who are the minority
Mm.
are more of your Reaganomics type Republicans. And neither of those parties exist anymore. And one thing, and our chair, Dave Marino's online, the way that we've made the most headlines over the past 4 years is really specifically talking to those moderate communities of both of the major parties, asking them what their number one priority is, and then telling them how libertarians can fix that in a real world, day-to-day practical application. Immigration and ICE, abolish ICE, hashtag. Immigration and ICE right now, they definitely take the front lines of the mainstream media. And I think bringing the Libertarian National Convention here in 2028 almost blows smoke in the face of everything that this administration stands for. And I think it gives us a really good opportunity to build on the momentum that our last national convention in DC built with national press. Former presidents and presidential candidates from other parties attended our convention.
See,
good, bad, or indifferent, it was attention. And I think this is a very good way that we can take that principled use of national media attention in a place.
What's happening?
And I'm going to double down with Texas
Just
Normal
for
and El
Amanda.
Paso Normal.
Wait, what are you
marijuana
doing?
prohibition in Texas
What are you doing?
started in
Look
El
in the
Paso.
chat.
So
I
for
can't see the chat on my
70% of
computer
our
for whatever
delegates that are
reason.
going to want to visit New Mexico
Historic
and
victor
Juarez,
Ryan
for those
Woodcraft,
type of
donated to by
reasons,
Kyle Davis.
this is the place to
He's
do
pointing
it.
out that Austin sucks and
And I think
immigrants
just
are
being
awesome.
able to make a principled stance on here's who we are, this is what we're about, and we're going to do it in this place, and we're going to take our country back. My wife laughed earlier when she was listening to the meeting, and she's like, when are libertarians going to take over the government so they can just leave us alone and let us keep our money? I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Let's get involved. So I'm super excited. I know you guys have to go in 6 minutes, so I'll turn the microphone back over. But Mr. Chair, thank you very much. And Josie, thanks for all the work that you did on behalf of our community. I really appreciate it.
Ryan, thank you so much. Kyle Davis?
What?
Yeah. As someone who's actually spent some time in El Paso is one of the places in the country that I have seen actively go out of its way to support constitutional rights, even in the face of the federal government standing against them.
Don't embarrass me,
And I think
Kyle.
that's something that is worth thinking about and worth our time. They're a place that has stood strong against ICE, which is something that we've stood for, and they maintain the effects of the enumerated powers of the government instead of attempting to bail on that in exchange for giving the government more power. And since Virginia, being right beside DC, sucks, we should not do Virginia. That's
Excuse
all.
me.
Well,
It's
for anybody
accurate, but, like,
interested,
don't
the
say it.
YouTube video just went live. My interview with the immigration attorney. We discussed this and a lot of other topics. If you're sick of hearing me talk, I don't talk very much.
You do a better job promoting literally
Share it
everything,
with your
Stephen.
friends. Thank you for all the members
Honestly,
on with us tonight. Thank you to the
like,
presenters.
His biggest
Pat, I'm gonna
mistake
give
was
you a call,
not
CC
immediately
Paul,
putting us in charge of the
and,
social media. That's what I'm going to say.
I'll leave it at that. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Is it over?
It is
I think
over.
So, how do I get these hours back of my life is what I want to know.
Oh, you can. I mean, the only thing to do is drink them back. That's
Is that how it works?
yeah. Or maybe like fuck them back or something.
See, I think Nathan's criticizing you that the Constitution is only a written document that actually protects nothing, and that's why
It's
he's
true.
saying that you're yapping there. But
It's true. Like I said, Kyle, don't embarrass me. And
so
you promptly went on to embarrass me immediately.
dirty minarchist son of a bitch.
Little minarchist prick.
Um,
Menschy minarchist.
So to sell to like statists that are conservative, like, you know, maybe constitutionally conservatives or whatever, I'll say like the principles espoused in the Constitution we care a lot about. That's usually how I will in the Declaration of Independence is like the way I try to do it.
I mean, like I talked about this Are You Smarter this last Friday, right?
I don't know, Kyle, because I didn't watch that because you were on.
She didn't watch it because she was mad at me and sulking.
When am I not mad at you? I don't even remember what I was mad at you about. I just remember I was mad at you.
You were actively sulking. Anyway,
I don't think I was sulking. I think I was angry with you for some reason.
Definitely sulking.
Some really good reason. I can't remember what it was, but it was.
But the Constitution isn't there as a governmental document, right? The entire point is it's supposed to be a propaganda piece so that you know what rights you have and how you're supposed to fight in the event that the government does things. Like the Second Amendment is there to tell you exactly how you're supposed to deal with government that gets uppity. Uppity government needs to be put down. It's that simple. That's why we saw tonight as the LNC asked repeatedly, can we carry here? Because it's a thing that matters to libertarians. So that's it. The Constitution matters only in that it tells people rights that they should know that they have, not because it does anything to stop the government.
Oh, I remember what you were upset about. I was asking questions.
I wasn't upset.
You were very angry that I was asking, but it was one of the few times you hung up with me.
Yeah, but like that could just been like a word overload moment where he's just like, "There's lots of words here. I got to figure out how to pronounce them."
Words do.
She kept asking me questions, and as I tried to answer them, would yell over me. So I told her, "Would you stop being a child?"
Yeah, but that's how you deal with you though, Kyle. So you gotta. It's like a flurry of words.
Exactly. You just
you don't ask me a question in the first place. So that's her fault.
Yeah, so you gotta give commands. See, Amanda, it's not questions, it's commands that he's requesting.
It's true. And in fact, I later apologized for asking him questions to begin with.
She did.
A true statement. We have a very, very healthy relationship.
It's Amanda and I work together a lot for people to hate each other. But
we do. I feel like sometimes we should have like a days without an incident calculator. And just
do we need a number other than 0?
I think recently we got to like 2.
Did we? Was the day where we weren't talking?
No, because I was actually reflecting on it. I was like, Kyle and I haven't had an argument in almost 3 days. And then that night we got into an argument.
You guys are like an old couple.
Pretty much.
I keep telling her that's how it should be, and she just keeps telling me that she doesn't believe in couples.
I don't.
I must have 7 Russians.
Exactly. Kyle is worth 0 Russians. So impossible.
Amanda's entire harem is just guys named Vlad.
Really, any Central or Eastern European country is admissible here.
Put on this leather jacket.
How very dare. How very dare. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, Dustin.
Is Dustin here?
So yeah, Dustin, I mean, he didn't have anything to do in that LNC meeting.
Well, I know.
He had to listen to El Paso be all right and then Virginia suck ass. So yeah. So you guys have heard the 2 finalist candidates at this point. As always, in the top left, there's a QR code to support the LPA. Remember that that helps us get 100 Libertarians in Grand Rapids. I can speak words.
Can you?
And sometimes. And then you should join us on Discord, as you can see on the bottom of your screen, at https://discord.gg/LP-Alliance. As always, check out articles on The Torch. I will give Amanda credit that she does something well in that. And that those are well edited, and that she writes well. She's gonna just kick me off of here.
With words, so you
she
get very
talked
upset
good.
when I say words at you, and you get angry and hang up on me. That's what happens because you're intimidated by my superior linguistic capacity.
I've legitimately told her before that she's got to watch out once we're in person because her words won't save her.
Wow,
that's called aggression, Kyle.
It is. That's a threat. And also,
it's only a threat if she doesn't consent to the aggression. Clearly, she wants to be guerrilled at.
I don't even know what that means. So
I'm going to crouch slightly and beat my chest while screaming.
Doesn't sound hot.
Yeah, it's true.
Imagine it's hot ski.
Exactly. Yeah. No leather jacket, no hair curlers, no dice.
I've had a leather jacket since the 5th grade.
Yeah, but I've never seen you wearing it.
That's true.
Is it
and
like
also, you've never thrown me against the wall and called me a little anarchic. Anyway.
So if I wore a leather jacket when I was in 5th grade, it would be like that Chris Farley scene. You know what I'm talking about, where he's putting on the fat guy in a little suit. That's what it'd be like.
That's why I don't wear it. That's why every time you see me wear a jacket, it's either a barn jacket or like a duster, something that's long. Because if the jacket looks the same length the entire time, you can kind of hide the fact that you're shaped like a watermelon. Yeah, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. I can't believe you guys are still here after some of this stupidity. Go harangue your LNC member to vote for whichever location you think is best, which is clearly El Paso. And we will catch